Wee wow. Sound of Sheep is live. And don't tell my moderators that I'm like 30 seconds late. What is crack-a-lackin'? Okay. You guys can just look at Francis, I suppose. What's going on? How we doing? You guys get to look at my bed in Francis and my socks that I need to put on. So y'all weirdos don't get to see my feet when I go to the bathroom. Hang on. I literally preset like my... Dude! Hang on. Hi. Oh, you look so good today. You... Hang on. You look so good. What's up? Hang on. That's okay. This is such a good song. What's crack-a-lackin', flock? My name is Sound of Sheep. Welcome to the stream. First one of the week. What is going on with y'all? I think my camera's too high. Or maybe it just wants to look at Francis. I hope you guys enjoy watching me. It's perfect. She's perfect. Hello, everybody. My name is Sound of Sheep. I am not extremely late, like I thought I was going to be. I'm only seconds late. Seconds late today. That is a new Sound of Sheep record. I am still warm, though, because I just hopped out the shower. I feel like I say that every stream, though. I'm waiting for the compilation of me just saying at the beginning of, like, the past, like, 10 streams, all the In-Stars and Time streams, I'm like, yeah, I'm a little late. I'm a little late. Or I just hopped out the shower. I just got out the shower. I'm still a little warm. I just got out the shower. Like, you could easily stitch that together. Like, it's consistent. Every single stream, pretty much. What's going on? What's going on with everybody? How are we doing? My name... Wait, I already did that part. We can still vibe, though. It's okay. All right. So we're playing In-Stars and Time, guys. We're getting pretty far into the game. I'm pretty sure we will finish it next week. Not this week, but next week. I think we'll finish it next week. I am very excited. Oh my gosh, dude. The webcam goes crazy, bruh. I know I should do this before stream, but I like to give you guys the nauseating experience. If you're watching this in VR, it probably looks pretty cool. I've been watching a lot more YouTube stuff in VR recently. Oh my god. There we go. I've been watching more VR stuff recently since I like set up my VR headset finally. And I'm like, yo, I've kind of been sleeping on this. This is awesome. So if you're getting the this is a VR stream, guys. I recommend you put on the goggles and get the full nauseating experience of me moving my webcam for you, so you can, like, get it all, like, surround you. You know what I mean? Every time, bro. It's the most sensitive thing in the world. All right. That's better. Hi, guys. Good day. Gotta say the name twice so people really know who you are. Yeah. Definitely not me having, like, a Sifrin moment and just, like, forgetting that I already said my name. What's going on, though? I did say on the Discord that I was going to be like 5 minutes late for stream today. I went to bed last night. Oh my gosh. I'm sure it's hotter somewhere else in the world right now. But I just looked at my phone and I have like the outside temperature just automatically display when I open it up. It is 99 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. Let's get that in Celsius for the foreign viewers. Fahrenheit to Celsius. What is that? It's 99 Fahrenheit. It is 37.2 degrees Celsius outside right now. So everybody, that's hot. That's like Will Smith. That's hot. Like, that's how bad that is. That's kind of disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. It's so warm. I hate summer. I say it like every stream how hot it is, but oh my god, guys. That's like you could cook an egg on the sidewalk hot. Like, that's crazy. 38 degrees Celsius there, which is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We are hotter. Yeah, all right. That's why I said somebody somewhere has me beat. So I can't complain too much. But for like where I live, that's hot. Like, that's really high. Yeah, the summer heat's crazy. Like, if you like summer, you're crazy too. The only good thing about the summer is the beach. And I barely go to the beach. I do have a dream one day. I would like to have, like, a beach house, I guess. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I would like to have, like, a nice beach house. But I feel like I would get really anxious about keeping it clean. I'd be like, oh my god, I gotta keep my main house clean and my beach house clean. That's like the biggest first world problem I think you could possibly have. Like, if that's the issue on the top of your mind, keeping your 2 houses clean, you know you've made it in the world. Yeah, it is indeed an awfully hot coffee pot outside. You could just, like, so at the server job, that reminds me, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. At my server job, right, I don't understand in the summer how some people will still ask for, like, a steaming hot cup of coffee, right, at the end of their meal. I'm like, would anybody like coffee? And they're like, yes. If it wasn't for the fact that, like, iced coffee, I understand right now, but in the summer, like, hot coffee is crazy, right? I think the main reason why, though, is because we're all addicted to caffeine. We all have our caffeine addictions, and we have to feed them somehow. And for most people in the world, that is through some hot coffee. But Isabeau is hotter is a pretty accurate statement. I'm not gonna lie. You're right about that. You're right. I like that. What was I going to say before that, though? I was going to say something else that was on my mind. Right, I went to bed last night at, like, 2:30 in the morning, right? And I realized I was most likely going to be late for stream because I was like, if I go to bed at 2:30, I'm one of those people, guys. I need at least the bare minimum 7 hours of sleep. If I get less than 7, I get so cranky. It's less of, like, a physical, like, I'm so tired, I'm so out of it. It's more of a mental hurdle where I'm like, I need at least 7 hours because that's what the Sleep Foundation says is good for you. And if I didn't get it, I'm going to make it your problem now. Right? Like, that's really where it comes from. But I went to bed at, like, 2:30 last night, and usually I go to bed at, like, 11:30 to 12:30, so I kind of threw my sleep schedule off, and I woke up at, like, 10:30 this morning, and I'm just like, we got to get our butts in gear, get everything moving, go quickly if I'm going to be on time for stream today. And I basically was. 4:01 is like the new 4 o'clock. I was right on time. And so are you. If you're watching the VOD, I'm not late, and you're not late either. Everyone's on time when you're watching the VOD. Crazy thing, actually. The VOD from last week's Instars and Time stream on Thursday, so my last stream, is actually one of the most viewed VODs in the entire playthrough so far, which is crazy because that stream was a hot mess. If you watch the VOD, or if you were even better, if you were here physically during the stream, we had crashes, we had recording issues. I was freaking out for half an hour about the VOD getting split on YouTube. I was so worried. But lo and behold, ironically enough, that was all for nothing because the VOD from last Thursday, from Losing Our Minds in Stars and Time from July 11th, 2024, is right now basically tied for second most views in the entire playthrough so far, which is kind of crazy. That reminds me, actually, guys, by the way, I would appreciate it if you like the stream. And if you like the streams, maybe subscribe. There you go. There's my YouTuber plug. I hate doing that stuff. I hate plugging, right? Because ever since I was a kid, I remember when I was a kid, and I was watching YouTube, like Minecraft YouTube, like back in this is 2011, 2012, right? Like OG Minecraft YouTube, right? And I first started getting into the game, and I was watching these YouTubers. This was if you remember early 2010s YouTube, that was the era of ridiculous, every YouTuber's asking you to do everything imaginable, right? I want you to I want you to subscribe, I want you to comment. Ooh, that was the big one. I want you to comment. And then when the notification bell got introduced, I want you to ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding. You guys probably remember those plugs, right? And I, as a viewer, at that age, I was like, this is the most annoying thing ever. I wish these YouTubers, I'm like 12. I'm like, these YouTubers need to stop asking. Every single one does it. I hate it. I hate it. And then fast forward literally like 10 years later, here we are now. And I'm like, please like the stream and maybe subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are perks, but I'm not going to go over them right now because I've done enough plugging. Hot messes make for fantastic content. I like to imagine that you're not calling the stream a hot mess, you're calling me a hot mess. And I'll take that as a compliment. All right. No matter what, people will get hot drinks during summer. I know, right? Isn't it crazy? Like, it's so crazy that, like, coffee is, like, eternal in that sense, right? Like, no matter what time of year it is, like, people will drink, like, people won't drink, like, hot chocolate in the summer. They will definitely, though, they will definitely drink coffee, though, just because, most likely because they got to get that caffeine hit, you know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier. But, I mean, I get it. I can't say or pretend like I'm not also like hooked on caffeine. So you know what? Like, no one's really to blame. And the funny thing is too is that I probably take a lot more caffeine on a daily basis than most people do. So really, can I call anybody out for trying to get their caffeine fix? I don't drink coffee, but I do take pre-workout before I go to the gym, which, if you know anything about pre-workout, is like at least most of these pre-workouts are like at least like 3 times the amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee. So who am I to call anybody out? Am I right? There we go. That's beautiful. The camera's definitely not going to move again as soon as I start playing the game. Welcome back to Instars in Time. At the end of, you know what's funny actually? At the end of the last stream, the one that we were just talking about, the one that that was doing really well, on the VOD, I had to go back this morning and rewatch the end of last week's stream to remember what I need to do in this stream to progress the game. So I know what we need to do. We're going to do a full run through the house because we've done, basically, from what I can tell, we've done all the available side quests at the moment, right? And now, based on what I can tell from talking to Loop, the only thing really left to do that we can do to progress is to go through the house again. And we need to look for information about the king's homeland. Did you inspect the silver coin? Hi, by the way. Hey, Josh. What's going on? We did, I believe at the end of stream, we did inspect the coin in front of Loop. I'll do it again just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure we did do that at the end of last week's stream. Pre-workout is crazy because of the stuff they put in it. Yeah, pre-workout pre-workout is quite the supplement. If you don't know what pre-workout is, it's basically just caffeine, right? But a lot of like supplement companies will like pump it full of different like other things that are supposed to give you boosts as well or whatever. I've never really gotten that deep into pre-workout like that. I only take like a bunch of caffeine, right? Like I'm like baseline pre-workout kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm just there for the caffeine. What's up, Rev? No worries, no worries. You get the random event. I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't think I have. I will try and like collect some items so we can show them to you like frogs. Me too. They're totally awesome. Is crazy. Totally like toads. Success. Nice. Don't one of you kids give us an item? My mother talked about you. She said you're a traveler with a big hat, but it doesn't mean you're a wizard. I thought you were. When we first started the game, I just assumed I'm like, yo, Siffrin's like the wizard of the group, right? You're a wizard, Siffy. You get lore. If you keep staring at the coin, if you keep doing tricks, if you just keep on flipping it, then eventually you get new lore. What are the odds? You got a 4-pointed leaf. I knew one of you kids gave us something. I guess I can like try and collect some items and then like just look at them in front of Loop to see if they react at all. Let's see. We can get the drawing from the kid. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. It's getting hot in here. So hot. So take off all yo. I am getting so hot. I will take my off. Alright, anyway. I'll try and get a random event. I want to see actually what Loop has to say about this adorable image. But yeah, to finish the pre-workout conversation, pre-workout is like, I saw a YouTube video a while back about like the stages of caffeine addiction. And I think there were like 7 in the video, and like pre-workout was like on like stage number 5. So that just gives you a general idea about how deep you'll go down the rabbit hole, down the caffeine rabbit hole, if you start taking pre. Oh wait, no, hang on. I don't need to stand in front of you. Oh, well, you look who it is. Pyro, coming in late. And Rev, my other moderator, was late today, too. So now I get to make fun of both of them. Oh, how the turns have tabled. Look who's late. You look at the 4-pointed leaf. Its shape reminds you of something. You look up. You only see clouds. And Loop has nothing to say. Okay. I guess we'll look at the coin again. You flip the coin in the air a few times. And that's it. Okay. So I guess if we keep doing that, then something happens. The friendship doodle. Ooh, Loop kind of jealous, maybe? Yeah, Pyro, save it. Alright. So, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, probably, do we even have it still? I mean, obviously we still have it. It's Sifrin's knife. But, yes, we did, as generic YouTuber just mentioned, we did have a, which is a great username, by the way. We did have the ability to stab ourselves as a way to very quickly reset the loops each run. But it made Loop a wee bit upset. So we decided to, yeetus deletus that ability. So we can't do that anymore, which is fine. Wait, a new dialogue option. Those kids look like frogs. I haven't seen this one before. Wait, those kids are like frogs. Okay. And, don't you want to play with them? No, they're babies. Aren't they the same age as Bonnie? I have bad news. What? You are also a baby. No, I'm not a baby. I'm a preteen. Sounds just like something a baby would say. Alright, Rev. Alright. You want to start keeping tallies? We can keep tallies. You can keep inspecting the coin? Okay. I'll take the hint. Right now I'm just doing all the friendship quests again, because I do want to see if that makes a difference during this run. Might be important to do, so I'm going to take care of it. Can I help you with anything? Alright, lock in. Hang on, wait. I'm going to remember this. We're going to get it right. Easy. You really don't. Not even a little bit. You don't even know my 3 favorite foods, stupid. But I do. Yeah. Lock in. Hang on. Rice. Yeah. That's true. But. And. Pineapples. Yeah. And then the last one is samosas. But with what? But which samosas? I do know that, though. Watch this. It's without cheese with potatoes. Yeah, let's go. Memory on point, baby. Easy. Whoo. Ha. Too good at remembering the dialogue options that the game tells you you've already used. Oh yeah, the knife thing? Yeah, I think the knife, the whole knife debacle, was... last Thursday, so July 11th, the Losing Our Mind stream. I'm pretty sure that was the Losing Our Mind stream. If not the one before it. We were able to Omori route mid loop. Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. When we were playing it, that was obviously one of the first things that came to mind was the stab ability. I was like, oh, I've seen this one before. Second verse, same as the first. All right, so I'll flip the coin a little bit more. I keep walking up by mistake. Hang on. No, we're good. See you later, Stardust. You're about to see us flip this coin right in front of you. We're about to flip coins and flip up gang signs, too, while we're here. Scissors Gang, represent. Silver coin. You remember, before you became... Okay, that was a little faster than I thought. Before you became stuck in time, you passed through a little town for supplies. Everyone had things to do, but you were so stupidly hungry you could barely think, so you stopped at a boulangerie nearby. Is this the croissant lore? The boulanger was an old man, but strong. Looked like he woke up smiling every day, even then with the threat of the king looming over everyone. I got it already is crazy. Let's go. Wordlessly, you pointed at a croissant, showing some coins. Silently smiling, he got you your pastry, took your money, gave you 1 silver piece of money back. You both said thank you at the same time, and you both froze. Apart from Issa and Mira, who have the same accent, you all have very different ways of speaking the same language. Makes sense as you all come from different places. Through your travels, you met a lot of people with Mira and Issa's Valgardian accent, a few with Bonnie's coastal accent, and even fewer with Odil's Cabuan accent. But your accent stayed unique, foreign. The Boulanger's accent was the same as yours. Without breaking eye contact, the old man grabbed your arm. His eyes were stunned, fearful, hopeful, and he said, "Young one, where are you from?" And you couldn't answer. Ominous music. There was no way you could answer. How could you answer? Did he know? Did he remember? Could he answer? Was he asking you? Taunting you? Could he remember the lights still? The lights. The shapes they cut in the darkness? Their stories? Did they beat in his chest? Still? Were they still warming up his heart? Could he speak them and everything into existence? Could he say it? Let the words out. Did he remember? Did he remember? Did he remember? Did he remember? You left the boulangerie, running. You could see the night sky, dotted with lights, but your chest was empty. When you ran back, you thought about how you'll always forget about the things you love. It's an immutable fact. But you don't want to forget about your family members ever. 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 No matter what, you'd make sure that you would always remember. You ate the croissant when you got back to everyone else. It didn't taste like anything. Don't you guys love it when you're just casually, hanging out outside, not too busy, just, flipping a coin in your hand, when all of a sudden you just start having PTSD flashbacks to the time you tried to buy a croissant and the boulanger grabbed you by the arm and he's like, "Do you remember?" We can all relate to that, right? We can all relate. That's so weird. That's so crazy. Well, at least now we have context for why Siffrin doesn't seem to like croissants anymore. That's a strange interaction. So Siffrin ran into somebody else from his homeland in this bakery, and ran away. Was like, hey, yo. It seems like, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get the full picture soon enough. But it seems like Siffrin doesn't entirely forget his home. More so like he's suppressing memories of his home, right? Like at first I thought that Siffrin kind of just had like their memory wiped, right? Like entirely forgot about where they come from and where did they go. And of course, the Cotton Eye Joe. But now I'm starting to get the feeling that maybe he does remember Cotton Eye Joe. And that he's just trying to hide the truth from, well, himself and everybody else. Oh, do it again? I'm sorry, I missed that. Well, yeah, I'll go back. I was sorry, I was contemplating croissants. So I got a little distracted. Let me go back after we do Odil's quest really quickly. Friend quest. That's such a bottom move. All right. Yes. Pastry lore, my favorite lore. Oh, immediately inspect in front of Loop? Yeah, the immutable and terrible Cotton Eye Joe. I would want to forget it too if I was Siffrin. Especially when you know what Cotton Eye Joe is actually about. I would also want to forget the Cotton Eye Joe. All right, here we go. I keep walking too high. Hang on. No. I don't want your help. I just want you to watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Siffrin just starts busting down. You look at the coin. You can get so fixated sometimes. You don't need to swear off croissants because of what happened. You don't need to keep that coin to remember what happened. You don't need to keep that coin to remember them. Those rituals won't accomplish anything. You don't want to hear this right now. How could you understand how I feel? You're right. I can't understand you. After all, I don't know what it's like to feel your home slip out from under you. To feel cut off from everything. To want to remember it all, no matter what. How could I? Look at me, Stardust. Look at my face. Do you really think I'm supposed to be here? Do you really think I can't understand what it's like to not have a home I can go back to? To see reflections of it everywhere I look, but without the connection that comes with it? Do you really think I don't understand wanting to remember everything I've left behind? I'm a star, but do you really think it warms me up? That my chest isn't empty still, and even now I'm alone. No one can understand what I'm going through, and the only person that could is... Nope, that's it. That's all you get. Tee-hee. You feel like you understand Loop a lot better now. Okay. Très intéressant. And I'm wondering if this is going to be critical to us making progress in the game. Because we got the little ding 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 like sound effect when that happened. Which usually means we're taking a step in the right direction. So alpha. It's crazy. Aren't you bored? Me? Nah, don't worry about me, Stardust. I like being in the sun. Oh, or they like being in the sun because they're a star, and they usually are not out in the sun. Well, actually, no, aren't stars just suns in, like, distant galaxies? Isn't that what a star is, right? They're just suns from, like, far, far off galaxies, right? Is that right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's critical that I know this for our playthrough of In Stars and Time. Stars are suns. Good. I remember I paid attention to one thing in science class in middle school, I suppose. Okay, so I think we're good with Loop. So that means that the only thing else we really need to do in Dormont before we go through the castle. I keep saying the castle. It looks like a castle. It's the House of Change. Before we go through the House of Change again, and we do a full run to look for information about the king's origins, right? Which will probably teach us more about our own origins, because I'm pretty sure Siffrin and the king are from the same deleted country. Have I never given Isabeau the flower? What? A flower? For me? You're the only one here, Issa. Ooh. Let's go line. Good line. Yeah. Isabeau takes the flower and cradles it gently in his hands. Thanks, Sif. I'll treasure it forever. He seems happy. I like that. All right, cool. I finished helping everyone out. Oh, that's cool. I did see you running around. Looked like fun. That's right. You didn't ask him if he needed any help this loop. Well, that's fine. So do you need any help with anything? Help? Oh, yes. I do need help with something now that I'm thinking about it. That's so funny. I haven't seen this dialogue yet. Is that what you were doing today? Helping everyone out? I didn't know. I kept the best one for last. Woo! Woo! It may be 100 degrees Fahrenheit outside where I am right now, but woo! I think that's a little hotter. Man, Siffrin with the pickup lines. He's got the puns. He's got the pickups. Oh, Sif. I'm glad. I was just thinking I wanted to hang out with you today, since I saw you running around with everyone. But you didn't talk to me much today, so I was, worried you, didn't want to. It doesn't matter. I'm glad I thought about what we could do today, then. Are you ready now? Probably have to go to the clock tower after we're done. Oh, I'm always ready, Issa. Unless somebody wants to remind me about something I'm forgetting to do. You can give the flower to the king? That's so cool. I actually had no idea. I'm glad you told me about that. Pick up Masta. Oh my gosh. This world's first pickup artist, Siffrin, the king. Not the king in the game. Like, Siffrin is the king of pickup artists. Or comedian, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, like, the quickest way to somebody's heart is to make them smile, right? With some jokes. I'm ready now. Alright, so this is the last one we want to do. The main reason why I wanted to do, the friend quest again was so that when we go to the end of the house and we get to the head house maiden, I do want to see if anything changes since we did all the friend stuff. Alright, here we go. Excuse me. Alright. We're doing a full run. Because we gotta scour, one might say, this house. We will win again. Nice. Okay. Good to know. If I get crushed by the boulder, I'm gonna be so salty. If I manage to mess this up. I was gonna say though that we gotta look for information about the king, and I'm not exactly sure where we're gonna find it. So, no spoilers. So we need to take a fine-tooth comb and find this information, because it's really the only way I think we can progress at the current moment. You feel stronger, you gain a lot of experience. Hey, my boy's level 69. Haha. I'm a child. Oh yeah, like I said, by the way, we're on loop number 67 at the moment. And remember, if we don't beat the game on loop 69 exactly, right? And we have to loop again, we have to reset, I'm dropping the game. If it doesn't happen on loop 69, it's not happening at all. That's all I gotta say, alright guys? It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. Look at my moderators following up with the grade A SpongeBob SquarePants references. I can always rely on them. Yeah, I think somebody, Josh, I think somebody pointed that out during my first stream of the game a few weeks ago. When Siffrin first gets crushed by the boulder. I'm sorry, by the rock. Somebody pointed out, well, Siffrin is scissors type, so it makes sense that they're weak to the rock. And I was like, That's so clever. That's so funny. Dude, I really hope that we find out more about Siffrin's backstory in this stream. I really I feel like that's like the one mystery in the game that just keeps getting built up every single loop. You know what I mean? Like, we get information about everybody else. Even, I feel like we know more about the king than we do about Siffrin. Like, I just want to know, Siffrin, what are your secrets? Spill the beans, bro. Dev said it was just a coincidence. That's funny. I know when Dwayne just absolutely curb stomped Siffrin in the first episode, it was wild. I couldn't believe the cameo. I don't even know why I'm getting the tonics. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, we haven't really needed or used them because Siffrin's kind of OP at this point. Just, you know, casually like got like 25 levels on the rest of the party. In the library. Oh, it's good to know, actually. So there's two things to keep in mind. We can get new interactions with the fam because we're on the friends route. And then, by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say the friends route, or I'm sorry, the family route, I should say. The family route. We're not friends, we're family. Just like we're at Olive Garden. If you don't know what I mean or referring to, when you do all of your party's individual side quests in the starting town at the beginning of a loop, then it changes the route a little bit because you've had like a deeper connection with your party, right? Because you did all their quests. So it's like kind of like a family route. And they had like this. Go back and watch. It was in one of the previous VODs, right? Where we're like learning about our friends, right? I think it was like a week ago actually. But like you get tighter with them, you guys are hanging out, and then like you have this nice, beautiful moment at a picnic under the stars where you're like, we're not friends, we're family. It's been a long night. Yeah, you know. So that's what we're talking about specifically. Yeah, the Olive Garden route. The Olive Jardin route is crazy. They're unofficially called the friend quests, yes. That's what I'm talking about when I say friend quests. You purposefully trip on a small rock. Ha! Whoa, you okay, Sif? You give a thumbs up. You're clumsy and not at all threatening and overpowered compared to them. Right. So this is the exact place last week on Thursday where, on the last stream, where my stream died. Knock on wood. That it doesn't happen again in this very scene. Where the party acknowledged that Siffrin was looking a little... You know what I mean? Like, walking with a little bit of swagger. So, and Siffrin's like, oh no, they noticed I'm OP. So now that's cool that Siffrin's like, hey, yo, nah, I'm not OP. I'm just, you know, I'm just a guy. I'm just chilling. Don't mind me with my 69 levels. Just being casually overpowered. Nah, I'm chill. Siffrin's basically like One Punch Man at this point. And he's really trying to just blend in with the rest of them. So now I'm going to try, since we're looking, on this route, we're looking for information about the king's origins. I'm going to try and inspect a lot of different stuff. I have a feeling that the information we're looking for, I'm kind of leaning towards, like, the head housemaiden's office. I feel like that's where it's going to be, but there's only one way to find out. Yeah, we got to keep up the act. We can't let them think we're too overpowered, or else they might start wondering, are we in a time loop? Why is Siffrin so strong? I do have a, speaking of strong, I have a very strong feeling that in the end, Siffrin is going to be like, in order to actually break out of the loop, Siffrin's going to need, like, to have to tell the family and be like, hey, yo, yeah, so I'm kind of like stuck in a time loop, and I kind of like don't know how to get out of it. Any chance you guys can, you know, like, help a brother out? And the party's gonna be like, we got you. Let's do this together as a family. It's been a long night. So anyway, For right now, though, it looks like Sifrin is just chilling with it. Also, can we acknowledge, like, the sugar thing? Like, the fact that every time we beat a Starcrest sadness, like we just did, it smells like burnt sugar. And that's also the smell of Timecraft. Like, I was figuring that, like, we were going to get new dialogue about that, since we found out about that, last week. That the smell of Timecraft is burnt sugar. So basically, Timecraft just smells like a nice creme brulee. You hit your hip into the counter and bite your lip really hard. And then you hit it back. Nah, I mean, you say that tripping on the rock to look weak is bottom energy. But it's actually pretty big brain. Because then, like, you lower their guard. So when you do something, like, really impressive, they're even more impressed. Because they're like, whoa, I didn't expect you to do that, Sifrin, because you tripped on that rock earlier. But now I'm even more impressed, because I thought you were a loser, but you're actually the best. I've already seen this. Did I accidentally... I think I accidentally... Yeah. This is the change dialogue about why, like, the egg represents, like, the House of Change. Which it was actually some cool world building. Shout out to Talking About Emotions. Yeah, shout out to Inside Out. Shout out to Inside Out 2. Inside Out 3. We're playing Inside Out 3 right now. It's looking crazy. I can't believe they turned Inside Out 3 into a video game. And completely got rid of the original cast of characters from the first two movies. I've heard, by the way, I don't know if anybody can, if they've seen it. I don't know if anybody's seen Inside Out 2. I know it came out a while ago. I don't even know if it's still in movie theaters. But, like, I was talking to my mom about it a few weeks ago, and she said it was decent. Can anybody back up that claim? Like, is it actually worth, like, the price of a movie ticket? Because you guys know how expensive, you guys know how expensive movie tickets are. So I'd love to know if going to Inside Out 2 is actually worth it. Or if the second movie is not as good as the first one. Yeah, Sifrin is kind of on steroids at this point compared to the rest of the party. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he could probably... I imagine that, like, by the end of the game, I don't know how close we are to finishing it. We are in Act 3, but I've also heard that there's more than 3 acts. Which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why not just call it Act 2 if we're not in Act 3 yet? I'm like... it was my mod, Puro, told me, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, when we got to Act 3, I'm like, man, we're getting pretty close to the end, and Sifrin's like, or not Sifrin, and Puro's like, no, we're not, and I'm like, oh, why do they call it Act 3 if there's more than 3 acts? I'm just so used to a 3-act structure for movies! Alright. Yeah. They just changed everything about Inside Out. It's crazy. Oh, I forgot to get the bomb ingredient in Dormont. It's okay. We don't really need to equip the Glock anymore. Simply because Sifrin is really just so strong. When I read the comment, sitting on stools are some of my favorite interactions, my mind immediately went to, stool, as in, the bathroom. And I'm like, and my eyes were like, I'm like, wait, why are we sitting on stool? You insert the key into the keyhole and open the door. Ah, yes, sitting on stool, also known as pooping yourself. Act 3 is not quite it. I see. 2 act setups. Yeah, originally, when I first learned that movies have a 3-act structure, I was like, that's lame, because I'm used to theater where we only have 2. 10 acts is crazy. Like, yeah, I think there's like 30 acts, you know, casual. Do one of these scrolls. The paper is filled with sketches of naked people doing fun things is crazy. You're kind of grossed out. Oh my. Huh, neat. Show me, I can't see what it is. Oh, no. Mirabelle hurriedly covers Bonnie's eyes and makes them take 2 steps back. But I want to see! No. It's not allowed. You're not allowed. Yeah, it's not for little ones, Boniface. Yup, can't let you do that, Bonbon. Wah. Bonnie's looking straight at you. Fryn. Can I look? Oh, God. Nah, definitely not. Oh. Oh, so it's really not allowed. Why did it take Siffrin saying it for you to realize? Fryn lets me do things when you guys say no sometimes. But if even Fryn says it's not allowed, then it must be something really not allowed. So I won't look. Well, good? Siffrin! What the crap did you let Bonnie do when we said no? Ah, well. He let me drink some vodka once. Huh? What? Siffrin! Whoa. I don't really get why Odile likes it, though. It tastes just like boring water. That is crazy for a 12 or 13-year-old to be like, yeah, vodka, it just tastes like boring water is... I think if I tasted vodka at the prime age of 12, I would have had more to say than just boring water. I would have been like, yeah, that's disgusting. Even now, I'm kind of like by itself. I'm like, well, that's like any liquor by itself is crazy. I don't know how people just sip it neat. I need something inside of the glass besides just liquor. Shakespeare did have 5 acts, you're right. Shouting out naked people doing fun things is crazy in my comments. Sif didn't actually give him any, didn't he? Oh, it was just water. Yeah, you're right. That just went completely over my head. He just gave him regular water. Sorry, that sounds like an amazing practical joke to play on a kid, actually. You think it was funny? Yeah. Okay, that is pretty funny. Some rolled up papers. You want to roll one. It's a bunch of sketches of landscapes. Any information, though, about Lake King. Some notes. Handwriting is so bad you can barely read what's on it. Papers. There seem to be various newspaper articles about the king! You never looked at them very closely before, have you? We found it already! This is it! You take a step forward. Oh, so many articles about the king. His conquest was slow enough that the Valgardian press had time to write about him. I remember that. But there's no one to write them now. You all start reading random articles. This article is about his slow march to Dormont's house. This one is about him properly being from another... Wait. This one is about him probably being from another country than Valgard. Huh? He really isn't Valgardian then? Oh, apparently not. This article says there's no record of him anywhere. Up until he appeared out of thin air sometime in his adulthood. Looks like he lived in the city of Corbeau for a few years before he became the king. So he was a traveler? Like Fryn and Deal? Please don't compare us to him, thank you. That's right, he did talk about Valgardians before. The way he phrased it, it did seem like he thought of Valgardians as people, other than himself. And he said he thought of Valgard as welcoming, always willing to welcome people in, even someone with no name, no home to speak of. You should go and ask the king where he's from later. Oh, this article is about his fashion sense. Huh? From what I've heard, he does have a very distinctive hairstyle. So that is his hair. I mean, we could tell it was growing out of his head and that it was the same color and the same, like, fabric. But that's kind of crazy that that's all of his hair on floor 3. This article is more about his armor, actually. They even included a sketch. Look. Yeah, that looks like him. Oh, no wonder these guys can't read the handwriting. This is awful. What? I like how the devs were just like, should we make, like, actual alphabet characters? And then they were like, no. Just do really bad cursive and we'll call it a day. Imagine this is your language's actual alphabet. That's crazy. Turns from an RPG to a mystery, indeed. We're searching for the clues, the answers. Oh, Roland speaks the language apparently, and he translated for us. The king is a massive L-mans. He kind of built dumb and is dumb. That's exactly what the newspaper article says. King for real, commission an artist. Yeah, actually, wait, yeah. Did he invite an artist or a photographer to go to the 3rd floor and, like, take his portrait? Because that's exactly the same pose he's doing on the 3rd floor during the fight. Well, it's very shiny, I suppose. Very imposing. There's something that caught your attention, though. His crown, his shoulder parts, the patterns. Only can choose one. The patterns? Yeah, like the stars. Yeah. What's up with that? The patterns? On his chest and gauntlets, you mean? It's just a weird lozenge. What's so weird about that? Those are stars. Stars? What's a star? The dots in the sky. Sif and I were looking at them yesterday, remember? This is why we do the Friends quest. Oh. That dialogue would have been different if we didn't do the Friends quest first. This article here does mention his speech mannerisms. Stars and sky-related things seem to be something he comes back to often. Stars, huh? What could be interesting about them? Dude, they're my channel's, like, whole aesthetic. Like, alright, Mirabelle, relax, alright? You don't have to... we don't gotta take shots like that out of nowhere. Uncalled for. Stars. Is there somewhere in the house where you could find out more about them? Oh, no, bro. Okay. It's implying that we need to go to floor 3 and go into the king's room with the big glass window and telescope, and then you can see the stars in the sky. We have to go do that. But that's also in a dead end. So we can't progress to the king if we go into that room. Can't read some... Yeah. Glass instead of glasses. Just look at the sky. Yeah, Sifrin just can't read it because he needs a glass. Not glasses. Is there somewhere in the house where we can find out more about them? Yes, there is. Okay. So I'm wondering then... Yeah, it do be Loop. Loop do have a giant star on their chest as well. I'll look at the Timecraft book just in case. I don't think we need to at this point to learn more about Timecraft yet. But I will look at this. Just in case. So even though we are on the friends route right now, the family route, one might say, I do think that I am going to... You should remember this number. We already did the quest. We don't need to remember the number. I do think I might just skip forward to floor 3 because it looks... I don't really think we need to beat the king so much as just talk to the king right now. I also do want to go into the observatory and take care of that. So I think even though I was planning to do originally a full run through the house, I didn't expect to find the information on floor 1 that we were looking for. So I think what I'm going to do is instead, I'm just going to... I want to skip forward to floor 3 and go into the observatory and then do a loop again. Ooh, get juked. And then do a loop again and fight the king. Just to see what he has to say. Where's the closest tier is over here. Just to see what he has to say about about this crying butt enemy that we have to fight every single time we do a house run. It wouldn't be a loop if we didn't get to fight the crying butt man, smacking his booty. Alright, let me take this tier. You know, usually I'd be worried about this, but Sip doesn't seem worried at all. I love that dialogue. The tier floats gently. Touch it? Yup. Alright, guys. You had a good sleep. Start again. And we're going to floor 3. Thankfully, I have memories of skirmish, so I can actually do this. Yes, but don't unlock the keys. If we unlock the key... Is this it? Is this it? This is the loop, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look. Is this the loop? Weren't we just on loop 67? How did I skip loop 68? Did anybody else notice that? But yeah, nice. Loop 69. Nice. But did anybody else notice? And we're level 69. Nice. The stars have aligned. It's about time. But did anybody else notice that? I'm positive I was just on loop number 67. And maybe the game was just like, you know what? I can't wait any longer. Loop 69 right now. So guys, remember, like I said before, earlier this stream, we need to beat the game on this very loop. If I don't beat it on this loop, which doesn't seem to be possible anymore, but if I don't beat it, I'm sorry guys, I apologize, but I just got to drop the game. I am still an immature child, and loop 69 has to be the run. All right. Also, I should fight some sadnesses, because I am running out of memories of skirmish, so I might just farm that for a little bit. This guy's kind of annoying though. Yes, as the prophecy foretold, we must beat the game on loop 69. Generic YouTuber's most recent comment is wild. Let me equip the memory of sadnesses. No, not sadnesses. I need experience ×2 for everyone except Sifrin. Attack up. This one. Memory of defeat. Because I do want to farm some memories of skirmish so we don't have to worry about it later on. Bro, I was on my Discord. By the way, if anybody's enjoying the stream and wants to join the community, highly recommend. I just threw the Discord link out in chat just now. In case anybody else wants to hop in, highly recommend. I try to be active on there myself as often as possible. And the other day, I believe it was local Flock member, SPF, shared the new merch that's coming out for In Stars in Time. I think that, I don't know if there's any more merch than what I saw, but SPF showed the shirt, the new shirt, t-shirt, as well as the new, what are they called? It's like the little stand? Is that what, is it just called a stand? Where, it's like art, right? Like in like the 2D frame, but like, it's standing up. What are those things called? I just can't remember. If you saw it, you know what I mean. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you've seen them before. I just don't remember what they're called, actually. How fun has the game been? I've been thinking about buying it. It is a good time. I really do like what I've seen so far. I think the highlights of the game are going to be the characters and world building. Acrylic stands. I was gonna say acrylic stands. I knew it was acrylic stands, but I didn't. I stopped myself because I was like, maybe that's not what they're actually called. Acrylic stands, right. So, yes. They're making a new acrylic stand for In Stars in Time, as well as a t-shirt. I don't know if there's more merch coming out, but I sure hope there are, because kind of want a cop, I'm not gonna lie. I usually don't buy merch, but if that don't show that I'm kind of enjoying the game, I don't know what does. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I was going to say highlights of the game, definitely the characters and the world building. I will say something to prepare for if you haven't played the game and you want to pick it up and you're thinking about it. You need to be prepared for, one... It's like, the game is like similar to a memory puzzle. It is a memory puzzle in a sense. Like, there is a lot of things you need to keep track of in your head, because the game will constantly reference things that you've already seen that you need to go back to. Like, you need a loop, and you need to go back and see it again. And it's important to remember where that stuff is, because you can kind of get stuck. I've already done that several times through the playthrough. You can get stuck when you forget where something is, because you need to start, like, searching, scouring through the house, trying to find the thing that you're missing, or that you're looking for, in order to progress the story. And even then, even if you don't forget things easily. There is still a decent amount of, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, searching, I guess. Like, for example, in order to progress the story right now, we had to find that specific poster on the wall on the first floor. So, like, but, like, going into this, like, since I didn't know where exactly that was, because we've never even seen it before, and I had no inkling of where it could be. I mean, maybe we have seen it before and I just forgot. I was planning to, like, have to backtrack and go through the entire house again and look for it on every single floor and every single room. And that has and I just got lucky that it happened to be at the beginning of, at the beginning this time. But, it has happened before, where I've just had to, like, last stream, where I had to really search for the thing I was looking for. It's fun. Overall, it's fun. If you like RPGs, this one's definitely... I think this is definitely a great RPG to play. Simply for, like, the world building and the characters alone. Like I said before, are definitely the two highlights of the game. But if you're not okay with doing a decent amount of backtracking, then it can... it might not be for you. And also, you can't expect from the game, like, a lot of different diverse areas like you might get in an RPG. The whole game takes place in this one location, and you just keep looping back through it and exploring different routes. Or, at this point, we've seen the entire house pretty much, so we're just looping back and exploring the same areas again to find new information. Great explanation, thank you. Of course, anytime. More than happy. More than happy. Hello, Ivory Wizard. Welcome, welcome. In one of the devlogs, when asked how many Siffrins it would take to surpass the Eiffel Tower in height, Adrian answered 212.9 Siffrins, suggesting the average Siffrin is around 5'1" feet. Or, what is that? 1 meter and 55 centimeters? Is that what that means? 5'1" inches. For us Americans out there, is crazy. I did see the scene last week where we found out that Siffrin is actually a short king. More power to us. That made Siffrin even more relatable to me, honestly. Because I myself am only 5'5". But I did like the detail that that Mirabelle is actually taller than Siffrin, and Siffrin is wearing heels. I thought that was so funny. Because Siffrin was like, "Nah, I'm the same height as Mirabelle," and then Mirabelle literally hit Siffrin with the "What are those?" And everybody's like, "Oh my God, Siffrin's wearing heels! Yo, he's not that tall." But it's okay. We love a short king, right, guys? Who has played Yume Nikki? Yume Nikki. I have not. But I know it's one of the classic RPGs. You think one Siffrin equates to one Eiffel Tower? Yeah, maybe this is just like a really large world that they live in. Maybe everything is just really big in this world. Like, if we went to this world, we would just find out that we're small. That could be the case. There's no reason to assume why we would be the same height, or this universe would be the same height as ours. That would actually be a cool twist. Finding out Siffrin's actually the same height as the Eiffel Tower. That would actually be really funny if the lead dev was just like, how many Eiffel Towers equates to one Siffrin? And they were just like, 1. The implications! Alright, we're gonna use the Star Crest and go into the telescope room so we can learn more about the stars. Because after all, we are in stars and time. All right. Oh, ayo, ayo, ayo. New dialogue. Hang on. Hold up. My... Rip. Hey. I just realized... Yo, that could have been really bad. Out of the game. IRL problem. I just realized that my Brita has been dripping water down my shelf to the side of my desk where I keep it. And the water was dripping down onto the shelf underneath it, which has a surge protector on it that is currently on, and I'm currently using for my PC and my microphone equipment. Dripping water onto it. That, for several reasons, could have been very bad. Huh. Yeah. Okay, we're dry. We're dry. We're good. We're good. But that kind of gave me a heart attack for a second. Rev, no, there's no way that Link in Breath of the Wild is 4 foot 11 inches. There's no way. Entire stream just explodes from the water. Almost got the bad ending, yeah. I almost touched a tear. IRL by dripping water onto my electrical equipment. He's not 4 foot 11. That's crazy. There's no way. If Link is 4 foot 11 in Breath of the Wild, what does that mean for the heights of everybody else in the game? The enemies, the NPCs, the main characters, the cast. How is Link 4 foot 11? This is a real MatPat game theory if I ever heard one. Link is a gnome? There's no way. Do other people know about this? Alright, well anyway. Scene. This is important. New dialogue. Lock in, focus. Lock in, brother. Dots in the sky, though. That's stars. Those are stars, right? Stars, like the king's armor. Indeed. We should look around. Okay, yes, we can't progress, but we can look. A big window. Stars. Only appear at night. Okay, we've seen the stars. New dialogue. Stars, like the king's armor. Yes. Stars, like the king keeps mentioning. Stars, like what? You should remember them. Something in you tells you you should. Every time you raise your head and look up at them, you feel like it's something you've done dozens, hundreds, thousands of times. But you can't remember any of it. You can't remember what you were even trying to see looking up at them. The king. Every time you face him, he asks you the same question. Do you remember? Remembering is not something you're very good at. There's so much you can't remember. You're a very forgetful person, after all. You can't remember basic items. You forget where you're going half the time. You can barely remember people's names. You've noticed you're starting to forget whole loops. You can barely remember anything that happened before you started looping in time. You can barely remember anything that happened before. Before what? You. Breathe out and unclench your fists. What you can and can't remember doesn't matter much now, does it? The king. Does he want you to remember something? Does he? You should go and ask the king what he wants you to remember later. Sif? You okay? Lost in thoughts, Siffrin? You open your eyes, smile, and shake your head. You have to keep going. Très intéressant, as they might say en français. Let's go talk to the king. Well, first we have to die. But second, after we do that, no! Loop 69 wasn't meant to be. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta stop playing. That's it. Wrap them up. Wrap them up. No more in Stars in Time. If it wasn't Loop 69, it wasn't meant to be. Oh man, we made it this far. All these streams. I guess we should play something else, huh? I've been waiting for the loop, Josh, where the rest of the cast actually does finally like notice that we're looping. Where like Odile is gonna be the one to notice first, but I've been waiting for like the dialogue conversation where like Sifrin accidentally spills the beans. I'm like, yeah, but don't worry, I can just loop back. And then everybody's like, excuse me? I figure it's gonna happen eventually since it hasn't already. How far are you in the game? It's hard to say where I am. Unlike a typical RPG, you can't just look and tell, you know what I mean? Well, I'm at the point, we've done all the friend quests. We did a run through the house at that point. We did the scene, last week, on the last stream, we did the scene with, Loop, where we were sitting on top of the favor tree, and we watched the cast get Yeetus, Deletus, Thanos snapped by the king. And Sifrin started freaking out, right? So that's really like the last major event we did. And now we're just trying to find out more about where the king is from. And now we're going to go confront the king because we have some questions. And you know what? Even though it's not going to be Loop 69 anymore, I guess I'll keep going. Yeah. Loop forward to the king. Because we got some questions. You wake up. You dreamed about someone crying into nothing. Whose voice was it? We have that dream a lot. Are we good? Let me equip a different memory. Plus $5 stats. Keys, sadnesses, bomb. Key, knife key, max 5. Auto attack, start a battle. I guess we can do memory of self. But to go back to the Link conversation from earlier, that's crazy that he really is that small. I know a lot of the other characters in the game are really tall. I just figured that they were really tall and that Link was like average, like 5'8". You know what I mean? I didn't, well, average American height. I didn't, American male height. I didn't expect Link to actually turns out be 4'11". What does that mean? Like Rivali is like 6 foot? And the Gorons are like 8? Actually, 8 feet. 8 feet is still pretty high. By the way, I'll say this much. Actually, no, I shouldn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep my big mouth shut. On the topic of the Legend of Zelda, I was gonna say something, but I'll leave you on that note because we've got important things to do in Stars and Time, and I also don't know if those other plans are gonna actually pan out. So I'm not gonna say anything, even though I kind of want to. Yeah, everybody back to rev up. Apparently, I'm the only one who didn't know Link is a small guy. But that's okay. We stand a short king, as always. Yes, Act 3. Correct. Yeah, I'm on Act 3 of 68. You're right. Alright, let's get to this fight. I want to ask you some questions, my guy. Do you remember what? Remember what? No. Okay, I'm assuming that the new dialogue is going to happen during the fight then. Remember what? That's not how it works. Seems you do not. We shall fight, and we shall see which side the universe favors. Alright, let's ask you some questions first, though. Stop messing with him. There's only 19x. Yeah, we can zone out. Physically, maybe, but not spiritually. Alright. Oh yeah, the epilogue, Act 20. Most are just slightly taller than Link. So is everybody else like... wait. Alright. Hear me out on this. I need to get isekai'd into Hyrule. Because if the main character is only 4'11", and I'm 5'5", 6 whole inches taller than Link himself in Breath of the Wild. For the first time in my life, I will be tall. I will be tall. I will be a tall human being. I don't care about all the freaky Gorons and fish and birds. I just want to be tall as a person. Okay? I need to get like I need to find the closest isekai truck in my neighborhood and make this happen. Oh god, that's an awful joke. Ask the king. Okay. Oh, we got 2 new questions. What should I remember and where are you from? That's 2 of the 5 W's. We got what and where. What should I remember? Every single time you face him, he asks you if you remember. There's something he thinks you should know. Should remember, but... Does it really matter, Siffrin? He could just be trying to confuse you. Yeah, speaking in riddles to Frin. Stop trying to confuse him! He hasn't forgotten anything! Oh, Bonnie, if only you knew. But you have, haven't you? You try not to think about it, but... What have I forgotten? Forgotten? Oh, bright one. Bright one. Why? Why would you ask? Don't you know at this point what you've forgotten? Isn't that kind of not how forgetting works? Haven't you always known? Can't you see the hole it has left behind? Okay, I understand. Jokes aside, I know what he means. Can't you see the hole it has left behind? If not, what used to fill it? Don't you feel it? Its absence. What the crab is he? All of it. You've forgotten it all, Bright One. They all have. We all have. No one can say it. No one can even remember it. It escapes us. It will keep escaping us. Oh, why don't you remember? I can tell. Everything from your accent, to the way you use craft, to the stitching on your cloak and hat, to those pins you wear. You should remember. You and I, of all people standing here, should remember. Bright One, please, please, just remember it. Say it. Make it real. Please, if you can remember, then maybe... What is happening? Is he okay? Something we've all forgotten? I haven't forgotten anything, stupid! Sif? Something you've forgotten. Something everyone has, even if they don't pay attention to it. The hole it has left behind. Something bigger than just the stars. What you're trying to remember doesn't even exist anymore, but someone might still have written proof it existed, haven't they? Ask the king. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna assume that once we finally remember what we forgot, which is, you know, most likely Siffrin's homeland, the entire homeland, I imagine that once we remember, we're going to actually be able to read the things that give us a headache when we're like, oh, I can't read this book. It's the language. It's hurting my brain. You know what I mean? Like when you're in it's like when you're in calculus class and you're like, oh, the things on this paper are hurting my brain just to look at it. I'm getting a migraine. We're actually going to be able to read it because we're going to remember. So that's going to give us like new things to examine throughout the house. What are the odds of that, right? True. I need to get Isekai into the Wind Waker Hyrule so I can be even taller because Link will only be a child. These are the big brain ideas I need for my chat. Twilight Princess Link is kind of tall, yeah. Like, I wouldn't want to go to Twilight. For several reasons, I wouldn't want to go to Twilight Princess Hyrule. Where did you spawn? Yeah, basically. You guys spoiling all these acts. Alright, where are you from? The other question of the hour. Which is basically the same question as what what do you want me to remember? They're kind of in the same vein. The king looks straight at you. What about you, bright one? Where are you from? You flinch. You do not answer. You cannot answer. You hear the king laugh. Ask the king. Interesting. Okay. So what I'm assuming, we have no other dialogue options. So then what I'm going to assume is that we need to go back based on context clues. We need to... I mean, I don't even know if we need to beat the king right now. We could honestly just let him beat us. Do I need to beat the king? I mean, I guess I will. Just because we get more experience, and why not make Siffrin more buff? You know, more swagger to Siffrin's walk. So we might as well beat the king. It won't take us too long. But, what is it? I was going to say... I'm assuming that based on the dialogue we just saw, our next step is... Well, one, we'll talk to Loop, obviously. But two, we're probably going to have to look at the books that we couldn't look at before, right? I'm assuming that's what we need to do in order to progress. Because it seems like... I think Siffrin was saying, like, or thinking, like, what can I look at that will help me remember where I'm from along those lines. The little... yeah, that's what the king has been trying to get us to remember this entire time, or to say out loud. Just say it. That's so funny. We got some real comedians in chat. You're all just as funny as Siffrin. Whew. All right. Okay. Gosh, we're already like an hour and a half into stream. That's crazy. Even crazier is that we haven't had any technical difficulties yet. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. Fun fact, I actually, I can knock on wood because I have like a really old wooden desk, right? I don't think I've shared my like current stream setup. Why did I just guard? I mean, I guess actually that's not a bad idea. I was gonna say though that I have this really old wooden desk that I stream from now. Because I used to stream from this big, giant, long IKEA desk when I still lived in my mom's house because I had the space. But in the current, and I guess I could have kept that desk for this apartment, but Sound of Sheep lore, Sound of Sheep time skip lore, right? This is some stuff that happened off camera when I was moving from out of my mom's house and eventually into this apartment that I'm currently in. So I got rid of my old desk because I was supposed to move into a house with my uncle, right? That was gonna be my next new place after I moved out of my mom's place, because my uncle was gonna help like post me up there, right? To help me out with like, you know, like discounted rent and all that, yada yada yada. But which is gonna be super sick. But the only problem was that like, and the house was in like a really nice town too and everything. But the only problem was that I was gonna have like a really like small room, right? Like I was gonna have to stream because I knew at that point before I moved out of my mom's place that I did want to get back into streaming. So I was like, all right, well, I need to have like my lights, my everything still, but my can't bring my old desk out of my mom's place because it won't fit into my new room. in my uncle's house that he just renovated. So I need to get rid of it and I need to get a different desk. So my grandmother, I was talking to her about that, and she actually offered to give me this current desk that I'm sitting at, which is like, at this point, it's basically like a family heirloom. This desk is, it's still a great desk. It's a real wooden desk. I think she said at the time when she gave it to me, and it fit perfectly into the house I was moving into. And I think at the time she told me that it was like, it's like 70 years old. This desk that I'm sitting at is like 70 years old. And to be honest, like if you look at it, you can tell, yes, it is that old. But it's still a pretty good desk. So one second. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do here? Let's do make up the time. And what do I need to do? I want to get rid of these tiers. Let's attack those. And then Isabeau, we will win isn't up yet. I'm gonna use where's that one that lowers our cooldowns? Yeah. I'm gonna use that on Isabeau so we can get the buff again next turn. And then Mirabelle, I want you to pretty buffy friend. Okay, cool. You don't want to protect yourself anymore. Oof. All right. So anyway, so yeah, basically, I'm streaming from like this really old desk. But the ironic thing was, so I move into my uncle's house, right? And then like shortly after I moved into the house with him, I realized, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to get my own place, right? Which eventually led me to where I am now in this apartment, right? Because I was like, you know what? I really appreciate what you're doing here, but I think it's time I get my own space. So I started looking around. I found this apartment eventually. I applied, got approved, and I moved in here. And I still kept the same desk that my grandmother gave me, because at this point, it was the only desk I had now, because I got rid of the old desk, which I would have preferred to still have, because it was definitely like a lot bigger. Like my current space is pretty like tight, because the desk is like half the size of my old one. So I had a lot more space with the old one. But the funny thing is that like if I kept that old desk and just moved into this apartment that I'm currently in, I could have still used that desk because there's enough space in this room. This room is huge. This room is like double the size that my bedroom would have been if I moved in with my uncle. So anyway, that's just a little bit of Sound of Sheep lore, world building, character development that happened off camera in between seasons during the time skip. Yeah, knock on wood and my table breaks. That's how old it is. Are you about to use the thing that I think you're about to use? I wasn't paying attention. I'm just gonna do that just in case. And then turn it up. I should have given the king the Mickey Mouse voice. Oh boy, do you remember, Bright One? Say it, Bright One. Do you love me? Breathe if yes. Breathe if the answer is yes. You just hear someone go. Is it gonna kill? Please? Oh my gosh, I've gotten so good at the game. I've gotten so good at the game that I can just zone out IRL and recount life stories while I'm absolutely just smacking down the king. It also helps that Siffrin is a prime and strong level 69. Alright. No. That's okay. Let's see if the final scene with the head housemaiden is any different. I don't think it will be, but I did want to beat the king just to see in case. Others are all sweating, so try hard. I know. Imagine not being over leveled at like level 69. Couldn't be Siffrin. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! We did it. We did it! Yay! Dun 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 dun. Did I give anybody a nostalgia flashback singing that just now? I couldn't remember the Spanish lyrics, so I just skipped them and I just said dun dun. Can my foreign viewers tell me, Dora the Explorer was such... This is how checked out I am of the game, because we've done this so many times. Can one of my foreign viewers tell me, because I know we have several in the chat, is Dora the Explorer as big in, not America as it is in America? Because that kid's cartoon... it was like everywhere when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the staple cartoons on TV. And so many, wait. This is new. Hang on. Time won't ever even go farther than this. You can talk to everyone, stretch this moment out as long as you can, but it's all over if you talk to her. Okay. So maybe... No. Siffrin's got the dialogue memorized. That's crazy. What about the hug? Breathe with me. Can we group hug after I speak to the head housemaiden? Would you be okay with that? I'd love to. You nod. You should make sure to talk to everyone before talking to Isabeau. Okay. It's the fact that Siffrin is just like remembering what they say before they say it is crazy. English or Spanish is not the answer to the question, is Dora the Explorer popular in other countries? Alright, this is all... how about this? Okay, so this is not the Friends Quest dialogue, for sure. There's just the standard, normal, everyday... yup, okay. Not the Family Quest stuff. Alright, so we are definitely not on the Family Quest path right now, because we looped. In order to actually get all the Family Quest stuff in this scene... and have the different dialogue. You have to... I'm pretty sure you can't loop. If that's incorrect, somebody correct me. But I'm pretty sure... Wait. No. Please don't interrupt. The moment with Isabeau is what Siffrin's talking about. Don't interrupt. Interrupt what? She looks Isabeau's way. Of course. I have to say I'm surprised, Siffrin. I thought you didn't know. I'm going now. Good luck, I suppose. Appreciate that. Odile is gonna be our wing woman on this run. Here we go. Sif, we did it. Sif, we did it. We did it, Sif. We did it. We stopped the king. That's just so funny to me that Siffrin's just quoting them before they all talk. We can finally go back to our normal lives. Isn't it great? It is. Yeah. Yeah. You want to tell me something? Yes. Yes. Okay. Sif. Sifferoony. Siffrin. Nobody's gonna interrupt. Don't interrupt. Let them have their moment. Or wait, isn't Isabeau just gonna cut themselves off? What? Sif? Is everything okay? What? You look kind of upset. What's wrong? Nothing. What did you want to tell me? No, it doesn't matter right now. You don't look good at all. Are you hungry, maybe? I can tell Bonnie to... Stars! Oh, you want to scream. You and me both, Siffrin. You just want to scream right now. You did everything right, and he won't say it. He can't say it. The universe won't let him say it. You're not stupid. You know what it is. what he wants to tell you. You know. I knew that Sifrin knew. I was like, there's no way you can be this anime protagonist dense and not realize by now and put the connections together what Isabeau is trying to tell you, Sifrin. So Sifrin knew this whole time. But it doesn't count if he doesn't say it. It doesn't exist if it's not said. In fact, you can't trust it even if he did say it. Maybe it's not even true. Maybe it is. Maybe it is, and it's because you forced him to. You did, didn't you? You forced him. You're forcing him right now. Looping forwards and backwards, making sure no one can interrupt, making sure everything is perfect, making sure you're perfect. It's because you're looping. You're forcing him, manipulating him to say it. That is true. That is a fair point. To think it. Making sure he has to say it. Making sure he has no recourse. It's not good. It's awful. He can't feel this way about someone like you. Someone okay, well, now we're going a little far. Someone disgusting like you? Sifrin, please stop gripping your hair. You're going to hurt yourself. Have we seen that one yet? This PFB? Don't touch me. You feel a tug on your stomach. Everything okay? Yep, all good. Oh. Okay. Anyway, Sif, I'm glad this is over. Can't wait to go back to my old job, you know? Make sure to say hi when you're near Jouvant, okay? You nod, smile fixed on your face. You got a Memory of Confession! You'll always remember this. When equipped, Memory of Confession makes your fighter immune to rock attacks. Wow, okay. Interesting. Immune to rock attacks entirely? Cool. Alright, so when we fight the king, will Isabeau just not take damage? Dora was popular in Hungary. You didn't see it in Germany a lot, though. That's crazy that the Hungarians were like, we must learn Spanish. They were preparing for the English or Spanish epidemic. Yeah, that profile was definitely a new photo. Just a little longer. Just a little longer. Give me the group hug, man. Give me the group hug. That's crazy, though. That dialogue with Isabeau, and also like the way that Sifrin just started insulting themselves. They were like, "How could Isabeau love someone so disgusting like you?" I was like, all right, I wasn't expecting that one. Sifrin doesn't like themselves. Isabeau, taking notes for the essay. Isabeau confession equals disgusting. Isabeau's confession's disgusting. Could probably phrase that better. I'm very grateful. Sifrin, yes. If there's any, Sifruni, yes. If there's anything I can do to thank you, please don't hesitate to let me know. I know you would go back to your travels, keep in touch, and just say hi. Hi. You can start breaking down now. Breaking down? What do you... Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. You know the script by heart now. Oh, Sifrin. Oh, Sifrin. I'm so sorry. There's no way we can stop it now. I'm sorry. You'll be going back when everything started. Burnt sugar. Right on cue. I know you thought your quest was over, but it can't be. Something's broken. Something's failing. Rotting. Can't fix it on my own. Not before it all ends. If only I'd noticed it sooner. I'm waiting for the eventual loop when we can just start skipping this dialogue where Sifrin's just like nod, nod, nod. Because we've seen it so many times. You feel the tug. 3 lines left. My fault. You have to suffer. Hope that one day you might learn to forgive. The world may never know. Just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Loop 72. You're back here again. Time to play. That's a crazy way to refer to what's happening in the world. Time to play. So we're on... we're going to save. We're on loop 72 now. Alright, so we did learn some new information, though, in that loop. We learned that, for one... Well... not me forgetting immediately what we just learned. Just having a... Don't mind me just having a Sifrin moment. I was gonna say we know that we can maybe, as the player, look more into where the king is from and the books and stuff. Yes, let's go talk to Loop. I think Loop will do a better job at summarizing what I'm trying to say than I'm trying to say, or than I am trying to right now. Compartmentalization is a hard word to say. Okay. First, let's talk about something. Sure, what do you want to talk about? So, are you a star? No? Of course not. Stars don't talk, dummy. Your face! Nah, I'm not a star. I'm more like... What are you? A mirror? It's more fun to reflect. Being the real thing would be tiring. So you look like a star, but you're not a star? I had a question about... Questions. Mirabelle statue. At the end, Isabeau. Let's see what she has to say, or they have to say now that we've done the Isabeau thing. Pfft, yeah. Ha! Yeah, your fighter. He was about to tell you without being interrupted, and you had to ruin it yourself. How nice of him to stop himself from saying it because you looked upset. But you just really wanted But you just really wanted him to tell you. Even though you know. Because you know what he wants to tell you. Don't you? You can be dense sometimes, but you're not that dense. Oh, you're so angry. Not Loop hitting Siffrin with the "you mad, bruh." I can see it in your face. Why? Who are you angry at? At me? But I'm just telling the truth, Stardust. And laughing about it. True. Because it's just too funny, Stardust. A blinding tragedy, and there's nothing you can do to change it. Ha 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 ha. You want to stop talking about this? Okay, so that's the end of that quest. Let's just clear out these dialogue options. Bonnie was looking at a book. They were a book about burial rituals because you adults are all talked about your death. Kids shouldn't be worrying about things like this. What a world we live in. I'm glad that you got the courage to talk to them about it. It seems like it helped you both. And you made a promise, didn't you? Try to keep it. You'll try. Not to let anybody die. Mirabelle's statue. You went to Mirabelle's statue. I saw that. I wanted to ask you about it. I couldn't see you very well. I saw you go to the statue and ask your housemaiden to touch it. And then poof. Nothing. I think you were talking to someone. The god of change themselves. Yeah, the change god. What? You tell Loop about how you and Mirabelle talk to the change god. Well, putting aside the change god knows you're looping and thinks it's funny to watch aside, it's so nice that the change god talked to your housemaiden. She was thinking she was a bad believer because she didn't feel romantic or sexual attraction. Isn't it nice to know some god out there doesn't care about that sort of thing? Especially the change god. Kind of freeing. Your housemaiden got some closure, even if she doesn't remember. True. So they think it's funny, huh? Loop swears under their breath. You're angry too, but you just breathe and move on. The change god just laughing at us. Well, neat. That's neat. And I guess that's the end of that. Nice. There's this book fan. Yup. So that's what the ending of that book series is about. Where the hero is from. What their history is. It doesn't matter. What a stupid series. Just go and let that book fan know if you haven't already. Do you know how to fix a knife? You know how to sharpen the key knife now. Find the sharpening stone on floor 1. Find the key knife on floor 3. Apply stone to key knife. It'll probably make battling the king easier now. And then last but not least, I've been seeing myself in the house. Yourself? Like how? You tell Loop about how you saw yourself walking around. An image of yourself walking around the house. Maybe they're reflections, remnants of your past Loops. I wouldn't know. Odile uses the same word to describe the sadnesses. Could it be a sadness? We've seen this before. And you assume a sadness? Are you sad, Stardust? I'm going to go ahead and say they're linked to your loops. If they are, you might see them more and more as you loop through time. Okay, so it doesn't look like we can actually close that, but all the other side quest trees we've closed. Nice. Actually, nah. So we don't have questions about anything. We don't need to talk about anything. So the only thing left to ask is what I should do next. What do you need help with? Find more about the loops. Never mind, actually. Find more about the king. I guess maybe what should I do now? The king says everyone has forgotten something, including himself, including you. But why would anyone write down what they've forgotten? How would anyone know its importance if they can't remember? Except, you know. don't you? Something no one can remember, something other than the stars. You have proof. You just need to go and find it again. You don't want to have to open that diary again, but you have to. About the king. Okay, so literally we are going to open that diary. So it looks like the next thing that... Give them a nod and walk away. It looks like the next thing we need to do... Honestly, I forgot about that diary, so I'm glad we talked to Luke, because I would not have remembered or thought to even go look at that diary again. On the second floor, there's a diary. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, it's the second floor where the diary is in the library. I'm pretty sure is what they're referring to. Oh, sorry, Generic. I missed your comment. I was locked in on analyzing and reading text. My bad. On the next loop, yeah. Next time we go to Dormont, I'll try to see if we can do the high five, finally. Imagining the process of looping back would be the most nauseating experience. If you've ever watched, I know I keep talking about it during this playthrough, but there are similarities between the two stories. If you ever watch the anime ReZero, like, it's something that the main character does go through, because they keep getting, like, they're not stuck in time loops per se, but they do, like, they have the power to go back through time, back in time whenever they die. So the main character will, like, at times, when he wants to redo something, he will inflict pain onto himself in order to go back in time, if you catch me. So, and, like, it does, what's one of the interesting things about no, we're not level 69 anymore, man! This whole game is a bust. We're level 70 now. In ReZero, though, like, yeah, they will, like, part of the show, it's pretty early on in the show, too, that this starts happening, but, like, as part of the show, they explore, like, how, that affects the main character, like, doing that, and, like, getting stuck in time and having to go back in time by dying, you know what I mean? And how that, like, mentally affects them. That's a big part of the main character's character development. So if you want a similar story or a similar concept to In Stars in Time, with, like, that theme about, like, how reversing time by death would impact somebody, I recommend that anime. All right. Yeah, no better foreshadowing than a promise, right? ReZero's a good anime? Yeah, I think it's a good anime. I think the third season is confirmed, I believe. It's been years since season 2, so I'm looking forward to the third season of the show. I really want to read through the light novel as well. Anybody who doesn't know ReZero, I don't know how you don't know ReZero if you like anime, but it's an anime based off of a popular light novel series about a guy who can reverse time. He gets isekai'd, and he can reverse time by dying. It's supposed to be one of the good isekais, don't worry. And it's a good show. It's a good show. You probably should right now. Yes. Alright, so we found the diary we need to look through. We do not have time, is what I would usually say. But, okay. Skip. Mirabelle's going to read the diary. Mom told me to clean... I'm going to reread this again because it's been a while since we looked at the diary, and I forget why it's important right now. So let's see what the entry has to say. This diary that we find in the library, and we've read it before, but now it actually has more importance, and let's see why. Mom told me to clean my room today. I hate cleaning my room. My room isn't even dirty. Why doesn't she understand? Ugh. Also, Dad knows no one can say the name of the island north of here anymore. I tried to say it yesterday, and I got like the weirdest headache for hours. Might trick my friends into saying it tomorrow. The rest is just doodles of a little girl laughing uproariously. Ah, the island north of Valgard. I remember when it happened. Well, remember isn't the right word, is it? We all just know something happened. An entire stretch of land disappearing from people's minds doesn't happen often, does it? I think my village was really close to it. My sister said it was all everyone could talk about for weeks. That's so frightening. I'm glad that whatever happened, she didn't get caught up in it. So I'm pretty sure they are specifically talking about Siffrin and the king's homeland right now that got yeetest deletest. For some reason. Oh, yeah. Still, that country's name... What was its name again? Oh, I think it was something like... Don't say it. Crab. Nyahahaha. The name of this country. You try to remember. Remember. Only silence answers you. Is this what the king wanted you to remember? Just remember it. Say it. Make it real. You can't say it. You don't even want to try, but... What is the country's name? You turn to Isabeau. But can you try and say it anyway? Huh? But why? It's just gonna give me a headache. Isabeau looks at you. Something about your expression makes him reconsider. Well, sure, Sif. I'll say it. That country's name was... Oh, come on, Isabeau. You know, I had it before, but now that I'm actively trying to remember it, nothing comes to mind? Huh, is that so? You're dumb, Za, I know it. It's... Oh, come on. What? But... Wait. Huh? What's... Can't remember it either, yeah? When you asked me, answering you felt like automatic, like if you asked me what 1 + 1 makes. But trying to remember it now is more like calculating 72 times 89. Nah, that's 6,408. I have a brain and I know how to use it. Oh yeah, that's right. Isabeau pretends to be dumb, but Isabeau's actually really smart. What? Isabeau? Nah, it felt more like asking me to remember my first steps. How can I remember that? I can't remember that. How can you expect me to remember that? What a terrible analogy. But I can't seem to remember it either. When we were talking about it, I could think it clearly, but trying to remember it now, let alone say it. I can't remember the country itself either. I just remember it was an island north of Valgard, and it had a different belief than the change belief, didn't it? Something about the sky? You know. The universe. That's right, the universe. Oh yeah, like stars and stuff? We also know that people could remember the country clearly before. And... Ugh, my head is killing me. And we know that trying to remember stuff makes our brains hurt. Let's stop here. It'd be bad to fight the king with a raging migraine. Yeah, sorry we couldn't say it, Sif. You don't respond. Stars. So the king is from that country as well. I could have told you that, and I have. The country no one can remember. Your country. The country you were born in, raised in, spent your entire childhood in. And yet, even now, thinking about it, what it may have looked like, you can't even imagine it. For a long time now, you haven't been able to remember anything about it. You forget it even exists half the time. Anything linked to that country has just stopped existing for you. Your childhood, your parents, your life, your language, your culture, your fate, the stars, the constellations, the universe. It's all gone. Forgotten. The king. He was from there. You're sure of it. And then something happened, and the country disappeared without a trace, unable to be remembered by anyone. No one can remember what made everyone forget about its very existence. But something must have, right? But if it happened, if he's so attached to it, he asks you if you remember it every single time you see him. If he's so attached to that country, why would he be so obsessed with Volgard then? Why would he decide to freeze it all in time? Maybe so it doesn't disappear too. You can't figure it out quite yet, but there must be something somewhere. Something that's similar to his goal. Oh boy. Oh boy, another teaser, another puzzle, another brain scratcher. That is an interesting point, Joshua. Joshua says, funny how this is fantasy France, which means the island is England. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, because the whole country of Volgard is like French themed, and they have French food and French culture stuff. Yeah, I guess it would be England then, and that would also explain why Siffrin has a foreign accent compared to compared to everybody else. I'm wondering, because Bonnie is more from like a coastal area. I'm wondering if that's implying that maybe like Bonnie's area is more comparable to like IRL Portugal or Spain. And then Cabuan, I'm wondering if that's supposed to be like, I mean, I don't know which Cabuan would be. I would imagine like an Asian country, just because Odile is familiar with like Asian food. You know what I mean? I knew there was a reason why I could relate to Odile, by the way, because using IRL country comparisons, Odile is just like me, half Asian and half European. You know what I mean? Because her father is from Cabuan and her mother is from Volgard, which IRL country comparisons means that she's most likely half Asian and half French. So I can relate to her on that sense. I knew there was a reason why me and her are like, you know, we're the same. She's me for real, you know what I mean? Yeah, that'd be a wild twist if the country was actually called Voldemort, and that's the reason why they can't speak its name. I am gonna go back to Loop just because I don't feel like exhausting any more of my mental energy, and I just want to talk to Loop and see if they have any input. And I also do want to see the Isabeau scene that we were talking about before. So now we know that, I mean, we kind of knew about that already, but obviously the king is talking about the country that Siffrin is from, that the king is from. We just need to find some way to learn more information about it. All right. Okay. Talk to you later. Oh, the dev confirmed which country it was solely because she was tired of people calling it England? Guadalupe, really, huh? Did not know that either. That's interesting. Fair enough, Ivory. You are the In Stars and Time guy. Let's see. Oh, Ivory Wizard. Quick shout out. Apparently, Ivory Wizard's got some videos. Let's do a quick expose. I'm gonna look up Ivory Wizard. I probably should have done this sooner once I saw the profile photo. Let's see. Let me look for this. Am I going to find you? I found you. I'm exposing you as we speak. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't look through this, or there might be spoilers for the game. That's so cool. It looks like Ivory Wizard. Gotta go. As soon as I start exposing... as soon as I look up Ivory Wizard's YouTube channel. Gotta go. It looks like Ivory Wizard. Shout out to Ivory Wizard's got a lot of In Stars and Time content on their channel. Check that out if you like the game. I'm a little worried it might be some spoilers though, so I'm not gonna look through it right now, but maybe when I finish the game I'll check that out. That's awesome. I didn't realize we had a fellow content creator. All right. Yes, we're going to talk to Isabeau right now. The island is Siffrin Land, where all the Siffri live. What a twist. Yeah, it is. One could say it's a pretty tremendous tree. Yeah. Now give us your hand. Give us the high five. You wait for him to touch you. You wait for him to touch you. You wait for him to touch you. He has to do it. Please. You will never do it yourself. But he won't touch you because he thinks you don't want him to. And you can't say it because that's embarrassing. That's life-ending even. Asking for someone's touch. Please touch me. But please, you think. Please. I'm thinking it too. A flicker of movement makes you look at his face. He looks stricken. Sad. Seeing you look at him, he laughs and brings his hand down. You wonder what face you were making as you were waiting for him to touch you. Oh no. That's so awkward. I'm gonna go soon so you can do your thing with the tree, but do you want to talk before I go? Oh man. Nope. Okay. I'll be going now. See you at the clock tower. And Isabeau's just looking back over his shoulder like, what the heck was that? All right. Loop. Hello. Hey. How you doing? Let's talk about something first. What do you want to talk about? Wait, actually, my turn to ask a question. You know, don't you? What your fighter is trying so hard to say to you? Yeah, we've been over this. You flinch. Da. I wonder who we should pity more then. The one who won't be able to spit it out, almost like forbidden by time itself, or the one waiting endlessly for it. Such a terrible tragedy, isn't it? Yes, sadder than Romeo and Juliet. Alright, what should I do next? Yeah, I know I'm doing so many different things. Let's talk about the king. Find more about the king. What should I do now? So, the king is from that country. The country no one can remember. The way he asks if you remember every time you meet him. The way he talks about the stars, the universe, I never knew before. Never would have guessed. It was kind of obvious, I'm not gonna lie, Loop. But then, why is he so focused on Valgard? Exactly. Why freeze Valgard in time, specifically? We know he appeared in Valgard in his adulthood. In the city of Corbeau, right. It's a nice place to live, and he must have stayed long enough to have put down some roots. He said earlier, he thought Valgard was perfect. Perfect. And yet he wanted to freeze it in time. Freezing something perfect in time. Makes sense. Like a picture. True. A picture. About the king. A picture. Are we going to go to the mirror? Are we going to steal the mirror? We got the little flash of light on the screen when Loop just mentioned a picture. So I'm wondering, are we going to tell the king about photography? And the king is going to find a deep passion hidden all along for photography? And instead of physically freezing everything in time, he's going to become a photographer and take photos of everybody? Or maybe we can show them the adorable drawing that this kid makes, and they'll be like, wow, this is even better than a photograph. It's pure art. And then the king is going to be like, my heart has now opened up to this. I will not yeetus deletus this country out of existence by freezing it in time. And instead, I will become your best friend, and I will also be a photographer. Say cheese. Wow, what a wholesome ending to the game. If that was the actual ending to the game, I think I would email Steam and be like, please refund my money. I know it's been over 2 hours of gameplay, but I was not very happy with that ending. The king became a photographer. That's it. It's fine. All right, cool. I do want to, speaking of the king and giving things out, I do want to give the king this flower and actually see what happens. But for right now, all we need to really do is loop back to floor 3. And we need to go to the mirror, I guess, because it's implying that the next thing we need to do is something with photos. And the place where we take a photo in the game is on floor 3 at the mirror, where we get the key every time. Your living comedy sketch is a great message to pause the game on, because my bladder is going to explode. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm going to run to the potty, but we're going to potty again after I get back from the potty. And we're going to see where the potty goes next in the potty's adventure. Potty. BRB. Woo-wow, wee-wow. Jump scare, I'm back from the potty. Let's get it. I hope everybody had a fruitful bathroom break with me. Wait, no. Please don't take it with me. Alright. Next loop, talk to Isabeau. Okay. The king just needed a hobby. Who knew? Yeah, he just needed to pick up photography. That's it. The toilet will blow up. I sure hope not. Because then I don't think I'm gonna get my security deposit back from my landlord. His music kind of gives me Professor Layton vibes. Never played Professor Layton before. Oh yes. That's what the king was missing. He was just having trouble confessing that he also loves Siffrin. That's what they're missing this entire time. Welcome back. Thank you very much. All right. And welcome back to the game. Let's go to 4-3. What did I need to do again? Oh, yeah, I need to go to the mirror. Oh, man, I got to grind out some memories of skirmish, too. All right, looping back resets your wounds, but your neck still hurts. Yeah, the banana. I think the banana peel death would probably drive me the most insane out of all of them. I'm not gonna lie, personally. All right, we just need to go straight to. Wait a minute. Also, I'm gonna equip the memory of defeat, so I get more memories of skirmish. So it's we have some currency to use. What did I need to do again? Yeah. Instars in Time 101, right? All right, let's look in the mirror. This is the only thing where we can get photos from, so maybe this is what we need to look at. You and your family members are reflected in it. It's a big mirror. Same. This is where we get the key. What was that? They take our photo. It's a picture of all of you. It's us. This is lovely, isn't it? Yep. You got the mirror picture. You put the picture in your pocket along with the souvenirs. You're glad to have the picture back. It's proof. Proof that you're here on this journey. Proof that you were with your family members. Proof that you love them. Even if you forget, and you forget a lot, it's proof that you and your friends existed. Proof that you were happy. Proof that this moment happened. Perfectly frozen in time. After the country was forgotten, the king was welcomed by Valgard, wasn't he? Welcomed and helped and loved. To the point where he sees Valgard as perfect. But no one knows why the country was forgotten. What's keeping Valgard from being forgotten the exact same way? Wasn't it his duty, as thanks for welcoming him, to make sure such a fate would never befall Valgard? What else could he do? But make sure this perfect country was preserved in amber forever. How could he ever let go? You understand the king more than you'd like to. But still, he's... You want to talk to him again. Go figure. Now that you can see the key, you pick it up. You find the smiling key. So we don't even need to clear through the whole floor. I just need to grind out some enemies really quickly so I can get more memories of skirmish that we use in order to, as like our currency, to skip forward in time. I am not reading that. That's funny, though. All right. Actually, I probably only need to do, like, one fight, I think, in order to have enough to loop forward. I don't even know if I need to do this fight, to be honest. All right. And then boom. And then just in time for a jackpot. Easy enough. So this stream so far, by the way, you can basically sum up as loop back to learn about the king. And that's it. That's basically all we've been doing. All we've been doing this stream is looping to try and find out more information about what's up with the king. True. How does the king keep his hair so silky and fresh? Especially with how long it is, too. Piro asking the real pressing questions now. Alright. And out. 450 experience received. Alright, that should be enough memories of skirmish for right now. Let's give me this tier of the kingdom. And we're going to loop forward just a little bit to the king. Start again. Yes, sir. Oh god, we only have 10 memories of skirmish left. All right, yeah, I might actually have to do more grinding than I thought. Okay, the plumbing is just filled with conditioner. Yeah, so he doesn't need to use conditioner in the shower. He just washes his hair with the water, and it's just filled with conditioner. It's just all soapy water. We are ready. Let's go see this guy. We have some choice questions to ask the king. But what else is new? Here we go now. All right. We're back at it again. What are the odds? Skip. Get me to the fight. Fight. New options? Doesn't matter. Ooh, that's new. Do you remember? Doesn't matter, but what else does? We shall fight. And see which side of the universe favors. Yeah, I know. Yes, of course. Just like Isabeau, we need to use our time looping ability to manipulate our new love into realizing or into finding the answer about how to get the confession. Biggest plot twist of In Stars in Time yet. The game is actually a dating sim. Who would have guessed? All right. And if we're gonna date the king, we need to ask the king some questions. Ask the king. Flower for you. Oh yeah, I haven't given you the flower yet. Wait, yeah, take the flower. Flower for you. You offer the bright flower to take to the king. What? Siffrin! Sif, I don't know how it works where you're from, but in Valgard, we only give flowers to people we, actually like. I remember that you can give flowers to whoever you want, as long as they're important. Friends, family, rivals, enemies. The king takes a step forward and gently takes the flower from your hand. Right one, no matter how this battle ends, will you remember me? Yes. Huh. What is to make this battle a moment truly worth remembering then? That's so interesting. So, in Siffrin's OG culture from Siffrinland, where all the Siffries live, they have a culture of giving flowers to everybody, huh? Even the enemies? That's interesting. And speaking of where you're from, and yes, they must be lovers, because he just offered him a flower. It's all coming together. The dating sim mechanics. We have to gift our potential love interest things in order to get their affection up for us. Where are you from? Will he say it if you ask? Can he say it? Oh, the music's even dying down. This must be important. Someone asked you this exact question before, and you couldn't answer. You couldn't say anything. You forgot it all, but... Where I'm from. Oh. Bright one. If you were asking, with such a look in your eye, do you remember then? Can you see it? Can you picture it? Bright one, please, you can't. You have to remember. I know you can. We both can. We're the only ones present here who can. What? Siffrin, what is he talking about? Sif, are you okay? Bright one. No. You're trying, I can tell. But the knowledge keeps escaping you, doesn't it? Slipping through your fingers. It is the same for me. But we have to try to remember, Bright One. I see flashes of it, of what was. The mountains, the sea, the lightless sand, dark like the night sky. Our country, Bright One. Our country. Our home. We have to say it. We cannot let oblivion win. Our home. We can rebuild it together. Your power and mine. We just have to wish for it. We just have to ask. We just have to say its name. A new challenger approaches. Somebody just took a shot at the king and Siffrin. What was that? Sif? No. No. You heard it. He said it. He tried to say it. Your country's name. Your home. Your... No, it's gone. It's gone. Did he say it? All of it? Did he say it? You couldn't hear it. Can't remember it. Can't... What's happening? The king is attacking Siffrin. Everyone, protect him. Stop talking, king. Leave Frin alone. Oh, they think the king did that. That wasn't the king, though. Sif, your head, it feels like it's splitting in two. Your country, your home. You can't remember it. It's gone. Gone from your past. Gone from your mind. Gone from the very planet you stand on, and it was yours. It was yours, and it's gone, and you can't even say its name. But if the king could, then maybe, maybe. Interesting. Why is this a choice? If this is a choice, there must be a reason why don't would be an option. I think if the king says it now, he's gonna get deleted. I think that, and the fact that this is even an option is saying that maybe I don't want him to say it right now. I'm gonna go with don't. Don't. You can't hear it. You can't remember it. It's useless. Oh, come on. No. I thought that was going to be the setup where Siffrin's going to be like, no. Don't say it. We'll figure this out together. I don't know. Oh, man. See you later, Rev. You don't need it. You don't need to know. Bright one. No. You can't. You won't. Hands clutching your head. You take a step back, then another. Everyone lines up before you. Sif, what's happening? Talk to us. Don't listen to the king, Siffrin. We'll protect you. Bright one, say it. Don't look at him. You're fighting us right now. Go away. Stop hurting Fryn. Please. If we say it together, two people of the same country, I'm sure we can remember it. Please. Your entire body hurts. Okay. I said the wrong thing the first time, I guess. Let me try to see if this is right. Say it. Your head is killing you, but you have to try. You have to... We have to stop the king! Siffrin, whatever he's telling you to say, stop! Fryn! Siffrin! But you have to. What do they know anyway? What do they understand anyway? The pain of not remembering your own blinding country, your own home. The king is right. You have to get it back. You have to get it back. You inhale. I knew it. I knew it. Someone is screaming. You realize it's your own voice. Your throat feels raw. Your head feels like it's splitting in two. Your stomach feels like a black hole. The scent of sugar is all around you. So thick you almost gag on it. You can't hold on to anything anymore. But it's all gone. Loop 77. Woo! Woo! We're learning things. Ah! You gasp loudly and breathe in and out and in and out and in and out. Couldn't even stick to it. You should have tried to say it twice. Okay, all right. Thank you, game. All right, yes, I know I should have. I made a mistake. I thought I was cooking, but apparently I was burning the meal. Okay. It would have worked. If you said it twice, it would have worked. It would have. You just know it would have. See, if you say it now, it might work. You might be able to say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Okay, I know what to choose. No sounds come out of your mouth. Can't even move. What was the point anyway? What was the point of saying its name? What was the king thinking? It's gone. Your home is gone and it's been for a long time. There's nothing you can do to bring it back. Doesn't the king see that? Doesn't he see that you have to let it go? The major theme of the game has finally revealed itself to me, I think. Write that down. Write that down. I think the thesis of the upcoming In Stars and Time video essay has been formulated. Let's go, bro. I've been wondering what the main theme was for so long. I think I got it. Doesn't he see that you have to let it go? You start laughing. Will you ever take your own advice? Ha. You need to go and talk to the king one last time. And I would, if I could, but I can't, so I shan't, because I'm out of Memories of Skirmish. What a terrible time to run out of that. I gotta go grind enemies now so I can skip forward in time. I literally don't have enough to go all the way back to the king again, and that's all I need to do right now. All right. Give me the banana peel. Just let me get into the house at least, and so I can grind this. Oh my gosh. That's so silly. No, I actually have to go. I have to go. I have to go grind enemies first. Classic RPG maneuver, right? I have just enough to go to loop or to go to floor 1. I'm not even gonna talk to Loop. I already know what like I need to do, obviously. Can you imagine if I got crushed by the rock? I'm just waiting for chat to catch up on that moment. As I was saying, wouldn't it be crazy if I forgot about the rock? Oh, look at that. How could anyone ever forget that they need to look at the switch and they can't just walk around the rock trap? I would never. I do need to talk to Issa. I forgot to talk to Issa, yeah. Next time we go back to Dormont, because I'm sure we will, I'll definitely make sure to talk to Issa again. I got so locked in on beating the king that I forgot to talk to the lovers. Also, I saw your message earlier. The major theme is you can love anyone, even if they're trying to freeze the world. True. I'm glad. Yes, you're right. Let me write that down, actually. I need to get a, I think the next, like, emote I'm gonna commission is gonna be for, like, a write that down emote. I think that's, like, an essential. I need that. I say that's, like, my new post-time skip catchphrase. Alright. Let's just grind out these enemies until I have enough memories of skirmish. How many do I have? Pockets, memory. I have 6. Okay. I need to like at least like 30. So we just gotta demolish these enemies right quick. True. Throwback to this comment. Remembering your homeland that has been erased from history is so romantic. This story is, when you think about it, In Stars and Time is just about a pair of star-crossed, see what I did there? Star-crossed lovers. The last two, well, maybe not the last two. Okay, no, not the last two people from the Forgotten Country, but still, some people from the last, you know, they're the only ones here. That it's like the king said, like, we're the only ones who can remember. I'm just saying. Could be the case. Also, I do have memory defeat. Yep. That's so silly, though. I literally, when I got crushed by the rock a minute ago, I was walking. I knew that the pillar was there. I knew that that was it. I just, for some reason, in the back of my head, I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, yes. I am able to walk around. I am able to walk around the pillar and not get crushed by the rock. That is how the mechanic works. The death message was perfect, though. For when it was like, you are stupid and forgetful. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Alright, Siffaruni. Alright. And then we need to do like 5 more fights. Just trying to get that Memories of Skirmish up. What bad timing. This is like, I think the real world comparison of what I'm doing right now is like, if in the middle of like the climax of like an anime arc, they were just like, all right, now we need to do a filler arc. And so you gotta, and then after that, we'll get back to the main story. This is currently the filler arc. Of this stream, we are in the filler arc at the moment. We got some plot, we're getting some filler, and then we'll go back to the plot in like 3 more minutes. Once I have enough Memories of Skirmish to actually do that. You know what I mean? Alright. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. My eyeballs... my eyeballs are feeling a little raw right now. I've had my contacts in all day long. And usually what I'll do is, like, if I have, like, work or a stream in the evening, which is 6 out of 7 days of the week that I do that, then I'll try to take, like, my contacts out, for at least, like, half an hour, right? And then I'll put them back in for the rest of the day and I'll be okay. But I didn't do that today. And I've been staring at this screen for almost 3 hours now. So my eyeballs, like I said, are feeling a little bit, to put it bluntly, raw. is the easiest way to describe it. And I won't lie, I am excited to take them out after the stream ends. And put on my glasses. Alright, we're only at 21. Alright. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And the thing is I'm gonna have to grind out more Memories of Skirmish if I want to do this again afterwards. If I want to loop back to the king. But then again, it did imply that this is like the last time we need to actually talk to the king. And this is all because I said don't. I said don't once, and then I said say it the second time. I really thought I was cooking. I really thought I was making the right choice. Oh, this game makes you go from thinking the king is an irredeemable monster to seeing him as a sympathetic character. Yeah, I always did have like a feeling after we first fought the king. I was like, there has to be more than this. I don't feel like if you go back in the VODs, I was like, yo, I don't think the king is maybe like as bad as they seem, because the game's really setting them up as like a pretty big villain. And usually when that's the case, there's always a twist that they are actually not nearly as bad as they seem. So yeah, I did anticipate a little bit of a turnaround where we would find out that the king actually isn't exactly, I mean I like his intentions. His methods are a little questionable, but we can sympathize at least with what he's trying to accomplish. And we have more of his backstory now, so we can actually understand why he's trying to do what he's doing, or what he's trying to do, I should say. All right, I think we need to I think we have enough to loop forward from floor 1 all the way to the king. 30? Yeah, that's definitely enough. I think. You know what? I'm gonna do 2 more fights just in case. We're gonna need to do them eventually anyway if we want to loop forward, because I am fresh out of Memories of Skirmish. It wouldn't be an RPG without some grinding at some point in the game. Am I right or am I right? Name one classic RPG where you never have to grind. Actually, wait, no, there's probably plenty of examples that I'm just not thinking of. All right. Now, we can move forward. To the king. Where's the tier? I need a tier. Give me a tier. Tier in space. Which reminds me, shout out to the Goats, Glass Animals. New album dropping on Friday. It's hype. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You guys know Glass Animals, even if you think you don't. They're the band that sings that song Heat Waves. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. You guys know that song. And their new album. Yes, I know that one song is overplayed, but they're a great band. And their new album is coming out this Friday, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. I love their music, and I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them in concert in like less than a month now when they go on tour for the album. And I am super hyped. I saw them in concert a few years ago at a music festival, and I'm going to see them again now. And I'm an even bigger fan of the band, so I cannot wait. I figured I was pretty close to the next act. Like, when I saw... That's good to know. I do want to try and see if I can reach Act 4, you know, out of 68. I want to see if we can get to Act 4 in this stream, which I think we will. I could tell when the screen started to shatter with red particle effects during the king fight just now. I was like, all right, we're probably pretty close to the end of this act if this kind of stuff is going down. And speaking of going down, here we go again. Let's get it. Come on. Skip all this. We don't need to see this. Yeah. Do you remember? The 21st night of my mouth. I'm like Siffrin. I'm like memorizing the dialogue too. We shall fight. And you know it's bad if Siffrin can remember the dialogue with such a bad memory. You know that means Siffrin's been doing this a lot. The loops. Zone out. Yup. Get to the good stuff. Get to the juice. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it right now. Say it with me now. Ask the king the questions. Let's stop fighting. Ooh, that's new. Hang on, wait. Let's stop fighting. Siffrin, what are you... You don't need to fight anymore, do you? You understand what the king wants. How he feels. Siffrin's villain arc begins. If only you could make him understand. We don't have to fight. We're looking for the same thing. I know, I understand why you're doing this. But this isn't the way to do it. We can protect this country another way. You don't need to freeze it forever. Do you really want it all to end? Let's just stop fighting. Leave this country be. We don't need to keep holding on to it. Let's just let it go. We have to let it go, King. What does the king have to say about that idea? Perhaps you are right, Bright One. Huh? What? Let us stop this battle. Let us talk to one another. As people from the same country. Yeah. Yeah. Progress. Communication. That's what it takes. The king has stopped fighting you. You lower your dagger. Siffrin. Is this it? You're gonna stop just like that? Boniface. You destroyed my home, froze my sister, froze all of Valgard in time, and you'll just stop? Just like that? I will. I have fought for long enough. And I'm starting to realize that even if I did win, my victory would be short-lived. Wait, this is already completely changing the timeline. Because you'd be frozen in time yourself, maybe? Stupid. Perhaps. But if someone from my own country is the one asking, then shouldn't I listen? Oh. After all, only a fellow compatriot would understand my pain. You said you and Siffrin are from the same country? We don't know where Fryn is from, so what happened? The king cries out. Oh. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? That's what we'd like to know as well, isn't it? If I mention it, you might be able to remember it. For a brief second. The fate of the island, north of Valgard. An island north of Valgard? Is it perhaps the one we can't say the name of? The one no one can remember anything about? The very one. That's where you're both from? So then, what happened? The king sobs. I suppose your story might be similar to mine, Bright One. One day, I just woke up on a beach, on a coast, north of Valgard. I woke up slowly, as people sometimes do, expecting to remember where I was, what I was supposed to be doing that day. But nothing came to mind. And as I realized nothing came to mind, I also realized I could not remember a single thing. What I was doing here on this beach, what chores I had to do on that day, how I got here, why I didn't recognize my surroundings, my past, my family, my name, the language I spoke, the alphabet I wrote with, the stars, the country's inhabitants, the culture, beliefs, its very name. I could not remember anything, because all my memories, everything, even slightly connected to the country I came from, just cannot be accessed easily anymore. And it makes sense, doesn't it? No one on this planet can remember our home as it was. Most people from outside it, who had limited ties to it, only forgot the country's existence. Maybe forgot a friend from there or a distant family member. But for someone who had ties to it, who was born there, lived in it, breathed it day and night, there would be nothing to remember. There would just be emptiness. I was cut off from my very existence. My entire past, my entire identity, erased. Memories make up the core of who we are, don't they? They're proof that we existed, that we are real. Can you be certain of anything if you do not remember how you learned it? And if you do not remember your past? If you only know it has been erased from your memory because something happened to your home, and if something happened but no one remembers what or why, then what's stopping it from happening again? What if we forget it all? What if we lose it all once more? The king sobs. And you had to make sure it wouldn't happen again. At any cost necessary. And if the universe led you on this path, then it must be what the universe wants. The universe leads. We can only follow. Oh. Even if you don't agree with my methods, Bright One, I can tell you understand. No matter what, I could not let this happen again. I could not. Not to Valgard. Not to Valgardians who housed me, cared for me, loved me. I do not want to forget it all. Not again. I will keep the things I love close to me. I will make sure they can keep existing so that they can be remembered forever. That was what I thought. This whole time. This whole time. But I can see that I was mistaken. You're right, Bright One. We can find another way to protect the people we love. So, please, while I still can, let me change my mind. Let me help you. Change? Mirabelle. Madame, if he truly means it, shouldn't we try? Or are we deciding he cannot change? I can't believe that. I want to believe that even the worst person can change. Odile. Please, we have to try. I'm with Mira and Sif. Fine. Okay, I'll follow you, friend, but I don't know, I'll trust you all. I can't do anything anyway. You breathe out. If you can end this loop without fighting, if you and the king can come to an understanding, oh, then, Bright One, Siffrin, won't you stand next to me? I can bring everyone back. Make sure they'll all move again. We can save this country together. But I cannot break the curse on my own. Creating the curse was easy, but unraveling it asks for more power than I possess. But with the help of someone else. Someone who truly wishes for the curse to be lifted. Is that how it works? It does. If someone wants it enough. Siffrin, should I do it? Go to the king's side. Or ... Nah, we gotta do it ourselves. We can't rely on others to change for us. To enact the changes that we want to see. We must change ourselves. On our own. Actions. Go to the king's side. If all that's needed for the curse to break is your help, you're the one who made the king change his mind. The least you can do is help. You start to walk over to the king. Oh, Bright One. Not that bright after all. Whoa! No! The king was lying! No, no, no. Why? The king froze your bodies in time. You can think and move your head still so it's not over, but you can't move. No, no. King, I can't move. Why can't I move? Bright One. Siffrin, is this really all I needed to do? To make you trust me? I just needed to listen to your empty words, to tell you how sad I am, to make you think I was pathetic, to be pitied. This is the only, by the way, the king's dialogue isn't shaking. Usually it's shaking. This time it's like, his voice is firm, is unshaken. You should have told me sooner. Killing you like this is easier than fighting. What? No! Everyone! What was it you wanted me to do? Let go of my goal? Let go of my wish? Let go of the wish that kept me going all those years? I will never let it go. Valgard, our country, I will make sure they are kept perfect forever. Because, oh, I can tell, Siffrin, this isn't how it should be. I saw it all, you know. I saw the signs. The way you came in to face me. Like you knew exactly what you were about to fight. The way your companions all flinched, hearing my voice, but not you. The way you knew about my home. The way you can keep it at the forefront of your mind. Like you've practiced as I have. Yes. Oh. I can tell. I can tell, Siffrin. I should have won. I should have won long ago. But something went wrong, didn't it? Victory keeps escaping my grasp. Siffrin. It's you, isn't it? The one who's keeping me from winning? How many times have you kept me from victory, Siffrin? You can't breathe. What is he talking about? What? I can tell. I can feel it. This scent. This overpowering sweet scent. I can taste the power of wishcraft on you. Huh? Wishcraft? I can tell, Siffrin. It's you. You're the one keeping me from total victory. You're the one keeping me from my perfect ending. If only you weren't here. But a quick death would be too easy for you. You just come back anyway, won't you? So, I just need to make sure that today you learn your lesson. Ah! Oh, yo, no. Okay, but The king grabbed onto Bonnie. Bonnie? No. Curse you, king, let them go! Bright one. Siffrin, look at me. You need to learn to not cross me again. I will kill this child, and your housemaiden, and your fighter, and your researcher. I will kill them all, one after the other. I will kill them all now, and make sure you remember. I will force you to watch, so you will learn. Friend! Ah! The king is tightening his grip. Bonnie. No! Please, no! Come on, stupid Bonnie, move! Boniface! No, Bon! None of you can move. Your whole body hurts. You can't move, but you have to do something. Save Bonnie. You need to find a way to loop back somehow. You need to die a tear, anything. Just loop back. Help me. I'm scared. Just let them go, please. Not Bonnie. Please. Your stomach feels like it's caving in on itself. Curse you, king. Curse you and your whole country. Curse you and everything you stand for. You taste sugar on your tongue. Bonnie. Ah. You have to loop back. Loop back, loop back, loop back, loop back, loop back. Friend. When you come back, bright one, remember this. Loop back. Stars. No. You clutch your chest and try to catch your breath and forget. It's fine. You loop back. It's fine. It's fine. They are fine. Bonnie is fine. Looping resets everything. Everything that just happened has been erased. Everything is back to normal. Bonnie is back to normal. Just go and see them. They're fine. They are fine. They're fine. They're fine. They're fine. You're fine. A whimper escapes you. No. You're okay. Bonnie is okay. Everyone is okay. They have to be okay. Just breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe. Bonnie. Bonnie is okay. You're okay. Huh. See? Because of the way loops work, they won't remember anything. They're not hurt. Everything is back to normal. There's no reason the loops would work differently this time. Just breathe and stand up and make sure. Get back to the stage. Follow the script. You have to make sure Bonnie is okay. Dang, that was crazy. Yo, that was nuts. Hold up. I'm going to save down here. Act 4. We have reached Act 4. Woo! And what a finale to Act 3. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Just when you were like, yo, it's easy. It's easy. The king, he's chilling. He's with us now. He gets it. We convinced him that this is not the answer. The king is like, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I'll stop. Siffrin goes up to the king's side to say, all right, we'll undo this curse together. You need somebody else? I got you. And the king's like, yeah, I got you too. Boom. What a twist. The king knew all along. The king was like, yo, Siffrin's got a little too much swagger, to put it, for lack of a better words. He knows something. Something's up. Let me see about this. The king knows about the loops. The king could tell. The king was like, nah, this guy knows too much. Something's up. The big squish is a crazy way to refer to that scene. And then Bonnie, the king's like, you're not going to forget. I won't let you. And I'm going to teach you a lesson right now. To not even think about stepping up on this. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That actually, I really didn't expect that twist. I know it's like classic, like cheesy, like, oh, the hero let down their guard when the villain was pretending to be good, and then the villain takes that chance and like attacks the protagonist. But I genuinely, this is like one of the one times I genuinely didn't expect for that to actually happen. Like I genuinely didn't expect the king was gonna stab us in the back last minute. Oh man, because I thought I was cooking too. I'm like, yeah, no, Siffrin, no, not Mirabelle. Siffrin needs to be the one to help the king with the curse because this is our action. We need to make this change happen. We need to do it ourselves, not somebody else. And then boom, just when I thought I was being clever again, the king is like, hey, yo, but what if I just like, took your, like, imagine Francis behind my shoulder is Bonnie. And the king is like, yeah, what if I just like really quickly, you know what I mean? What if I just did that? Oh my gosh. And what if I just like scarred you so you learn your lesson, even if you loop back, like I know you will. Date time is a crazy way to refer to the scene that we just went through. That's so crazy. Tricked you. Yeah, I was wondering at first when I saw Josh's comment during the scene, remember your promise with Bonnie? I was like, oh no, when I saw that comment. Oh man, sympathetic villains. Yeah, right. Just when we let our guard down. Wow. Yeah. Siffrin and the king, I think, broke up. I'm not going to lie. It was a crazy romance, but unfortunately, it does not have a happy ending for the king and Siffrin, it looks like. At least not right now, anyway. You're Fine is part of the new merch line. Oh, man. That's no bueno. Let's go up. Let's go up and see. Oh, Change, you look really, really tired. I thought you were taking a nap. Did you not sleep well? Not really. Haha. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. I was going to tell you something, but forget about it. Go on and do whatever you need to do today. Sure. Do you know if Bonnie is okay? Bonnie? Why wouldn't they be? I saw them near the fields earlier, to the east. If you'd like to talk to them. You nod. Oh, okay. I'll leave you alone. Make sure to rest up, and we'll meet for dinner at the clock tower later. You nod again. Habit takes over, and you tell her about the carrot method. Wait, how did you... There you go. You need to see if Bonnie is okay. Oh, man. This is crazy, bro. Let's see. Just gotta take some notes. Write that down. Write that down. All right. Okay. Yeah, I guess we should probably go see Bonnie. For the sake of Siffrin's mental health, we'll do that first. But I really want to talk to Loop. Bonnie is here, alive, and whole. Oh wow. Bon? Huh? What did you... Bonnie. The shadow over Siffrin's eyes. How are you? I'm... okay. Good. And how are you? You look bummed out. What's wrong? Nothing is wrong at all. Okay. Well, what do you want? Nothing. You have to go and see Loop. There's no... that's so funny. Usually it would be like, all right, what do you want? And then the dialogue tree pops up that we can say things to Bonnie, but nope. This time, Siffrin's just like, I don't want anything. I need to go see somebody right now. Do we have to talk to Isabeau still? Sit. Whoa, what's wrong? I need to do the favorite tree thing. Oh, do you need me to leave? Sure, but let's talk later, okay? Short and sweet. And to the point. Oh, here we go. Hey. Stop. Just say I told you so and we can move on. I told you so! Teehee, what a stupid idea you had. Thinking the king could be turned to good. He's the king. He's probably the reason you're here, or related to it at least. And all you had to do was find out he shares your tragic backstory for you to feel pity for him? He didn't have to lift a finger. And because of you, Bonnie was... All right, well, let's not throw accusations like, because of you. I think Loop realized what they said. Anyway, I told you so. But what he said back then... He mentioned something. Something about wishcraft? He did. When you wish upon a star, like Loop? What's wishcraft? I don't know. Wishcraft. Crafting wishes? That sounds impossible and way too convenient. But he seemed to imply you were using it? That's what it felt like to me. I've never heard of wishcraft before. Me neither. I wouldn't even know where to find information about it. But that is new information. So, as stupid as the whole making friends with the king was, you did find something new. Was it worth it? Yeah. Was it worth getting scarred for life in order to learn about wishcraft? Every time you close your eyes, you still see a hand tightening. I'm also wondering, the way you looped last time, wasn't it? Yeah, how did that happen? Whatever, it's not like your kid will remember whatever just happened anyway. Yeah, just, just put it behind you. And this whole thing gave you something else, didn't it? Another memory to equip. Oh, you didn't even notice. You'll always remember this, after all. Let me do the usual. You got a memory of memories. When equipped, Memory of Memories allows you to read books you couldn't before. It's time. The ones written in that language that just gives you a headache. The ones from your country. Oh, how useful and neat to be able to read your own blinding language. You might as well read any books you find before you forget again, like you do everything else. And if you can read that language, maybe you can explore the house a bit more. Yes, the door on floor 3, the open phrase door that has the language written above it. That's always been inaccessible. Don't despair, Stardust. There's still a path to follow. In the meantime, though, how can I help you on this wonderful new loop? Nah, nothing. I think I'm all looped out. Loop. We're all good. I think we know what to do next. The memory of memories, huh? You remember this, at least. Can read books you couldn't read before. Memory of memories. Wow. Huh. If anybody can explain to me exactly what, like, the story explanation, though, is for why now we can read the language, you know what I mean? It's like I get progression-wise, right? Like, that it's giving us this ability in order to, like, progress everything, obviously, so now we can actually read all of the books and basically just read Siffrin's native language. We can read it now. But why, right? Like, I understand, like, the other memories context, like, when we get a memory and it gives us a new ability, right? Like, for example, let's say, like, the key knife, right? Like, we have the memory of key knife because we sharpened it that one time. And you know, or like when we made the bomb, we get the memory of the bomb, so we can just automatically get the bomb when we skip to the king. But I'm wondering why, like, what's like the explanation for why the scene that we just saw would allow us to now be able to read the language? The king traumatized the dyslexia out of Siffrin. You're right. You're right. Isn't that great when you get so traumatized that you're like, oh yeah, I can read better now? We did. I figured, though, that, like, us actually... We had a lovely remembering talk, trying to remember your country with the king. You're right, we did have that. But I figured that, like, this ability to read the language would be completely locked behind us actually remembering the name of the country. I thought that, like... I assumed going into the scene that we just saw with the king that, like, we weren't going to... That wasn't what was going to happen. I thought that we were going to talk to the king again. It was going to be the same scene that we saw the loop prior, right? Where the king is like, say it, say the name of the country. And I thought this time we were going to go back in and say it for real. We were actually going to remember it. And then I was going to be like, oh, we remember the name of the country. Now that's going to be like... That's going to be the catalyst, the trigger for us remembering... Oh, remembering my microphone getting crispy. Remembering... Hey, hang on. Remembering, like, the culture, the beliefs, etc., etc. Like, once we remember the name, then we can remember everything, including the language. But that scene that we just saw with Bonnie getting... like... That I don't really see the connection. If somebody maybe in the comments or anybody could explain to me maybe more about, like, where the connection is, I would genuinely like to know. Because I you know, I didn't think we would get this I knew we would eventually get this ability. I didn't expect to get the ability, though, from that. I also really did expect Siffrin to try, instead of saying, like, we don't need to fight. Well, I mean, I guess yeah, that's the logical conclusion from the previous loop, like, hey, we don't need to fight, we just need to remember this and, like, have that connection. I was gonna say, though, that the fact that that scene just happened, and obviously that scene was so critical to the story of this game and Siffrin's character and all that, and, like, progressing, I'm wondering, like, what would have happened, if anybody wants to tell me, what would have happened I mean, maybe we'll find out later on. So maybe it's a moot point, and I'll see it myself when we get to the king eventually again. I'm wondering what would have happened if we actually did say it twice, right? Because when we were with the king, when the king was trying to get us to say the name of the country, the first time I chose we could either say it or we can select don't, and I select don't. But then the king was like, no, come on, say it. And then the second time I was like, all right, we'll say it, right? And then we tried to say it, and then we died. I'm wondering if we selected say it twice, we would just automatically be killed. Maybe even after the first attempt to say it. You know what I mean? But then when Siffrin woke up again at the beginning of the loop afterward, they were like, oh man, if only I said it twice. If only I did say it twice. I'm wondering maybe if like that was going to be a loss regardless. Like no matter what we tried, if we tried to say it, then the game would have been like, no, you're not going to say it. Boop. And then Siffrin would die. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Just a little bit of funny mic. Basically, same thing that happened, but with slightly different dialogue. Yeah, that's what I figured. Once I started realizing that the king was going to Yeetus Deletus Bonnie, I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't have worked even if I selected the right choices the first time. So it would just basically be the same thing that happened, but with slightly different dialogue. So Siffrin wouldn't actually say the name of the country. Okay. Say my name, say my name. All right. Here's the last thing I want to do before we go to the house again. Because I know that there's a book in this library that that is written in Siffrin's native language. We're going to learn so much, by the way, about the country now. If we can actually read it, that's huge. Bookcase full of books about culture, travelers of the world, the house, monasteries of the change god, Kabuan expressions. Oh? There's an old book stuck between the shelf and the wall. Get the book out again? Of course. You take the book out again. You can read its title now. Your heart is beating. Ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. It's... Oh, tell me it's like a kid's fairy tale. A translated copy of The Cursing of Chateau Castle, issue number 2. You start laughing. Fair. That's fair. That's so funny. All right, that's a pretty good goof. That's a good goof. I like it. All right. Do you have anything to say? Any other books in our language by any way? Selection's kind of lacking. Anything about wishcraft? Ooh, okay. I'm glad I talked to you. Anything about wishcraft? Wishcraft? That sounds made up. Are you sure that sort of craft exists? Okay. Yeah, I basically just called that. I called that shot. I was like, I bet it's going to be like a children's fairy tale once I saw the ... when Siffrin was trying to read it. Not the kid's fairy tale, but basically what is... Yeah, this world's equivalent of like a light novel. Yeah, is basically what I just found. You reach towards the light. And not saying there's anything wrong with the light novels. I like light novels. I'm reading Mushoku Tensei. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, same status, just a fantasy series, you know? All right. All right. Let's save there. So much has been experienced in this stream. Like me experiencing some crispy funny mic at the end of it. Sorry about that. A little bit of... It wouldn't be a Sound of Sheep stream without some technical difficulties sprinkled out throughout at some point. Act 4, baby, is right. We have reached Act 4. After that very traumatic experience with the king. And for now, that is where we are going to leave it. We are going to leave it at Act 4. I'm going to go for today, but we'll be back tomorrow, 4 to 7 p.m. EST, to explore the house. Who would have guessed? Explore the house, and this time... We're looking for any and every book in not Valguardian, in the foreign language that we don't know what it's called, spoken originally by Siffrin and the King in their native tongues. Act 4. Progress is being made. And I cannot wait to find out some answers and get to that room on the third floor, hidden behind the open phrase door that we need to know the language for. Well, we're going to save that for tomorrow's stream. And speaking of fours, Act 4 will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST to 7 p.m. EST for the next stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's stream, though. We got to live in the present. And, oh my gosh, I got to compile my thoughts because we just learned so much information from this one, from this stream, about the game and the themes. I need to rewatch that scene with the king because that was crazy. But for now, I'm going to go and make a thumbnail for tomorrow's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. If you want to chat, in the meantime, make sure to join the Discord. I just threw the link out in chat, and I hope to see you there. We have a great community, and I think you'll like it too if you're not already a part of it. But in the meantime, or for now anyway, I am going to get going. I hope you guys have a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, or night. And I'll see you, hopefully, tomorrow. Good. Waiting on. Make sure I stop recording first before I close out of the game so I don't cringe when I lose the recording. Okay, we got it. Good.